Good evening. Welcome back, everyone. Good evening. I wanted something easy this week, so we're back with Zelda. So, how's everyone doing tonight? We got a few people here. Nico's here, Bruce, Mike Boy, Doppler. Welcome, everyone. Um, I think this may be one of the most iconic games. I think it is like I was trying to think to myself what I should play this week, and I love this game so much. But this might be the single most popular game I have played yet on the stream. I think almost everyone has played this a lot or is aware. Well, evening, Sucre, welcome. Is aware what this game is because I mean it is so iconic. I I'll try and talk a little bit about the game. So if people that probably know the game better than I do might get bored, and if you're not aware of it at all, maybe it'll be a fun one to try out because this game holds up. I still would argue completely holds up. So but anyway, I'm not sure how many have actually played it. We got some suggestions on the naming of the character earlier, because they're sky's the limit on that. I will warn as well, this game, for those that haven't played it, has quite a bit of flashing images on it, so be warned of that. I'll try and remind people before it pops up, but there are some pretty intensely flashing scenes. Unfortunately, it was that era before they decided that that was actually bad. So there's several scenes, including right now in the small corner you'll see up there. Quite a lot of flashing lights, unfortunately. And that's like to the point where like, oh golly. So flashing screen warning for those that are sensitive to that. It doesn't happen too often in the game, but there's a couple of spots where it's pretty bad. I'll try and warn when it happens. But Zelda, it's such an iconic franchise. And it's hard to think that thinking back to Zelda 3 on the Super Nintendo, there weren't that many Zelda games at that point. Now, I mean, I lost count how many we have, right? And you have basically Zelda 1 on the NES and Zelda 2, which is a complete departure. And then this came out and was an early title in the SNES library, to my knowledge. I have the launch poster that shows the launch games, and it shows coming soon, Zelda 3. And it just blew me away when I started playing it because it's so engrossing and fun to play. And I actually have, interesting enough, this is my childhood copy that I played on, which is, as for those that are eagle-eyed, this is a rental copy. And the story goes that my parents had a rental place. You can rent games, NES and Super Nintendo later on. And there was one Christmas where I had just been basically renting these for free then. Mario, Super Mario World, Zelda, that kind of stuff. And then one Christmas, I opened it, and in the box was this. And I was like, oh, that's weird. And my mom was like, well, we know you rented so much. Figured you can have a copy of your own. That way you can keep your own save. And I'm like, oh, okay. I thought that was neat. And that was it. And my mom said she could feel how disappointed I was. And then they did one more thing. And it brought in the SNES game pack, or the SNES console by itself. So I did get that for Christmas as well, and then I played Zelda a lot. So this is my original cartridge then that I have. And this is the PAL version, obviously, which has the streamlined cartridge that you can throw, and it's more aerodynamic. Even has the identification number on it still there from my parents' inventory system, which is a little funny. The inside of these have a quick start guide, and then also the full manual, which has seen better days because this is a rental copy. But this is actually a full color manual that's translated to Swedish. And it's pretty busted, but it's actually quite a lot of information. It shows all the items in the game. And I guess it's in Finnish, Swedish, and Danish as well. So, but it's a neat thing to have, I think. Yeah, that's true that it actually has the manual. It's this coloration over time, and it's hasn't held up fantastically well, but I mean, I do have the manual, so not true for everything. Yeah, there was the CDI versions that were very, very interesting. That was a weird licensing thing that happened. Of course, I do have the actual US cartridge, which is, I think, most of us that own Super Nintendo games these days have, loose card or whatever. So we're playing this on a Mister tonight, just for the simplicity's sake. I have plans to do so I can capture and stream from my actual Super Nintendo as well, but this gives us such a clean signal. One thing I do have happens to be a shrink-wrapped Zelda PAL edition. And I don't think this is the original shrink wrap. There's tape behind it here. But the thing with this is that it is minty fresh. I have never broken the seal. I found it in a game store used for about 20 bucks. I mean, a couple of decades ago now. My goodness. And just had to pick it up because of that fact. But yeah, it's got tears, and I have to assume this is a reseal. I don't think this is the original one, so I'm not going to pass it off as such. Because there is a identification tape underneath the seal, which that's a dead giveaway. This is a reseal. But yeah, it was like 199 kroner, and that's about 20 bucks. And I was just a little shocked to see it because my friends and I in college used to do a round where we just checked out local game stores. That's when you can find deals still. And this was just sitting there. I'm like, well, I'm buying that like immediately. And that's the point when, you know, Super Nintendo games were like, you know, $5 or something like that. So that was actually a little steep for what it was. And but I couldn't pass up what looked like a sealed Zelda. Even then, it's very good condition, even if you ignore the seal, because there's no creasing at all on the flaps or anything. So I'm happy to have it sitting on my shelf. I don't play it on that one, of course, but so I'm not sure how many of you have actually played Zelda 3, but it's a top-down action RPG with items and everything, and it's today it feels like kind of the archetype or design of this kind of game. We'll watch the intro here now, which we'll start over in just a second. I'll turn on the audio, but it's just such an iconic game. It comes with flashing lights again, sorry. And I have played this game so many times. I still don't know everything in the game, and I don't remember everything in the game even, so... even Doppler. And yeah, speedrun. I'm not going to speedrun tonight. But all right, we'll turn on the audio so you guys can hear the fantastic music from this game. Unipixel. Yeah, it's weird. It's like that's the rental copy. It's very fun for me, and of course, it says in Swedish too. The adventure in the land Hyrule continues in one of the best Nintendo games ever. 8 years and up. I was not 8 years when I played this, but the game is one of those, like, I always talk about the convergence of like the presentation and the gameplay and all that stuff and how it comes together, and this is one of those games. Like the presentation, the gameplay style, the story, I mean, it's just, it all comes together to become such a fantastic one. I think that's why this game is so loved still today. Not only that many people have nostalgic feelings for it and played a lot when they were kids, but it is so iconic in every way, shape, or form. And it's weird to me that we didn't see more, but Nintendo always wanted to work and progress with their games, right? They always wanted to do the next thing, the next cool thing. So that's why we got the 3D Zeldas. Not saying, you know, Ocarina of Time and Twilight Princess, etc. are bad. They're fantastic games, but the top-down Zelda game like this, I love this style because, yeah, like you mentioned there, the randomizers, and they mix it together with Super Metroid. Because people are bored now. They know this game backwards, forwards, upside down, all the way around through, right? So they come up with really weird stuff on how to... look at the Mode 7 map. Oh, yeah. Watch out! That's true. That is 3D triangles. We didn't see that earlier. And yeah, it's a nice... It has a good difficulty curve, I think. It's a nice game you can just play through. You might get stuck in a couple of spots if you don't know the game at all, but then it's a very comfort food video game to play through when you know it. There's a story here, and the evil wizard Aghanim, which I always thought the top part here was his face. Like, I didn't see later until that's a circlet or whatever. I thought that was like his nose when I was a kid. Like that, the red spot there is his nose. That's what I thought when I was a kid, so... Okay, here comes the flashing warning again. So, very flashing lights. If you're sensitive to that, please avert your gaze. It is just, again, a product of the era where they didn't realize that was not a great idea. Funny story with that Aghanim, with that wizard. I actually fought him with the bug net the first time because that's what I thought you had to do. Here comes the 3 triangles. There we go. I think Pixel sitting like, Did I ruin it in the sense that you thought that the top was his face, or that I just messed it up for you now? So, what should we call our character now? Because yes, I have a Rick save over here. Yeah, that's what I thought too. I literally thought that, but to my knowledge, as I understand it, right, the bottom is his face, and he has a circlet. And we made it the name in Zelda. I don't know why, but it's so dumb. It's funny. Right? I did a really funny thing yesterday. I was just testing out, you probably saw on Twitter if you did, but I was testing out some SNES games, and Mystic Quest is one there. And I was just testing the capture, and I just named the character Ars, because I'm very, very, you know, I'm very culturally developed person. And then early on, it's just like, yes, it's you Ars, and I'm like, whoa! The text just lined up perfectly, but yeah, should we call him Zelda? Zelda? Is that a little too on the nose? How do you delete? There we go, blank. There we go. We're gonna mess it up and cause confusion here. I always thought that too, that it was his mouth, so I'm glad I wasn't the only one then. But yeah, this game is a nice breezy playthrough, and like, you know, sounds like many of you already know this game by heart already, and many of us have played it a ton. Not everyone has, of course, but I played this game through many, many times. I beat it originally back then, you know, as a kid. So yeah, we're playing on the Mister, using the SNES core, which is excellent for this. I am using a 8-bit-do SNES-alike controller, so we get the close to real experience wired for lower latency. I'm not sure if I need to explain the story or not in this one. I have a feeling most of you already know it, but there isn't too much reading it. I think that that's the thing, too. It's got that perfect, like, action RPG, doesn't go too deep, and it's a nice way to just kind of breeze through the game, so. Now we're playing, I am doing a little bit of upscaling trickery here, so this is a 1080p capture that is upscaled to 1440p. So the Mister can output 1440p, actually. Unfortunately, my capture card can't capture it, so I have a new capture card, a cheaper one. I'm going to try it, because I would like to get it as sharp as possible, so. You know, you got the lamp. Hooray. I think that it's, Evening Revenant? I think that it's a, it is a link, because they're linking it to the past, but I always thought when I was a kid, because I didn't know the very well, that it was just his name, but then yes, I think there's a play on that. Oh, in case anyone missed it too, I am wearing the proper apparel, so being a Link to the Past aficionado, of course, have some apparel with it. But yes, the intro here is fantastic for mood setting. The great, like, sound effect and everything. To me, the Super Nintendo was, like, really coming to its own here, and how it could, like, I'm gonna turn down as a smidge here, but the help me, I'm in the dungeon of the castle. I know there's a hidden path from outside of the castle to the garden inside. Now, I'm gonna play this all on autopilot, right? But, you know, you could try and there may be some other Link-related things in the background too, in case anyone noticed that. Fortunately, maybe a Master Sword and a Highland Shield and some stuff there. Anyway, I actually have a Link hat, or a floppy hat, but I couldn't find it. I don't know where it went. The kids used to play dress up with it, but, you know, you could theoretically, like, run around. What are you doing up this late, kid? You can stay up when you're grown up. Go home. Can confirm, nerd present. And it's hard not to play this game on autopilot now, because you know it so well, or I do at least, that, you know, you can run where you need to, but it really funnels you, especially in the beginning. This game is a really good, like, I think, a great pushing. I got stuck a couple times as a kid. I definitely got stuck. I think on the second palace, above all, trying to find the book and stuff like that, and the getting that and, you know, unlocking that stuff was a little bit of a challenge for me as a kid, but as you get through it, and I didn't really have the guide, and you couldn't really look it up online, right? So it still is a nice one to funnel you along. I think just enough nudging where to go. Help me, I'm in the dungeon of the castle. How do I get into the castle? I know there's a hidden path from outside of the castle to the garden inside. Alright, well, most of you probably played this already, so I'm not going to linger too much like you're playing blank, but... Aha! The iconic Zelda Secret Discovered sound. And I think that's the thing, as I thought to myself, oh no, my uncle, Zelda, hang on. Yeah, that's right. I wonder if the, Evening Bandana, that's true. I'm gonna look in this rental edition here, if there's a guide here on what to do. Jumping, pushing, it tells you what to do. Beam attack, bottles, maps, power up. sword, shield, body armor. It contains a lot of information in this map, in this guide, or not guide. The manual has a lot of information, but I'm curious if to see if it has anything on how to get going. Nope. The adventure begins. It gives you... It talks through the beginning of the game. It talks through all the way up to fighting Aghanim the first time, actually. Not in detail. Basically just like very basic story beats. Zelda, I didn't want you involved in this. I told you not to leave the house. Take my sword and shield and listen. Here's the funny part. When I was a kid, I never knew the bee thing, because I just skipped through this really fast. And then my brother was playing it, and I saw him do the swirl thing. And I'm like, how do you do that? And my sister was like, didn't you read what it said? And I said, I did not. Thanks for asking. And of course, this is a trope now with these, but then, are you fine? Okay. See ya. I guess I'm gonna go off to save the princess. See you later. Oh, okay, it was separate fold out. And it might be in this, the sealed PAL one I have here now, and I mean, I'm tempted to unseal it, but it's like I have added this long, I'm not going to remove the shrink wrap. Again, I do believe the shrink wrap is not original, so. But this is one of those games that I don't know, I always have a good time. It's like playing Super Mario World 2. It's another one that just makes you, I don't know, it's a happy game. It makes you have a good time playing it. And the Mister, of course, provides a excellent video out here. I am playing it actually with scan doubling on. Actually, the action camera has been reclaimed. I just haven't plugged it in, which I should have before this stream, and I forgot about it. I am playing this on the PC CRT, and I'm using the scan doubling effect of the Mister, which basically line doubles everything to 480p, which is 640 by 480, which the PC CRT can display. So that is a nice option, and I'm doing that mostly because the way my PVM is aligned, because the PVM is over here. And then I look like, hi, I'm looking at the camera. I need to figure out a better setup for that, but right now, that's what I have, so. Again, I kind of know where to go now, so we'll kind of breeze through this here. I will say this game, line double, looks fantastic on the CRT, so. Yeah, so I think right now I am playing with the full size for the streaming purpose. We could go to integer here, but I am cheating a little bit just to make it a viewable, interesting one. You know, gamer gaming. Oh, cool. Well, you should take the time to do it sometime. It's a really good one. So, but yeah, that's the thing with this stuff. Is like you always get the aspect ratios and the different sizing. So I'm taking some shortcuts here to make it stream friendly, if that makes sense. You're watching a 1440p stream, but the game is being captured at 1080p, and I'm scaling it up. So, that's the thing. You got to find like the compromise or difference between like what's playable and interesting, and what's like accurate. So, I also thought that was real cool too. When you think about it a little bit, having the cause and effect on the world around you for this kind of stuff is pretty something to carry it on, because I mean you have Breath of the Wild, right? There's extreme cause and effect in its engine, and something that I think Zelda always felt like they tried to do. Yes, it was, and that's actually really good. A Link Between Worlds. I did play that all night, so good evening. Yeah, that's 720p. I noticed that too lately as well. I had to go and turn on the stream at higher quality, but it is 1440p, and honestly, it's one of the things, but doing it at 1440p when you're uploading it, or makes it so that, whoops, that was pretty poor. Makes it so that, oh yeah, the hotline would have been expensive. You got the boomerang. Which I learned from the speedrun that was on AGDQ here now recently, that if you skip the boomerang and you find a chest later, it's a super boomerang, because it just, you can never pick it up, you just get it automatically, so. Yeah, Zelda has some complicated timelines, but the biggest thing with doing the 1440p streaming is that, especially afterwards, you get the higher encoder, which basically gives you better quality in the video, especially for these retro captures. So, basically, the story is really convoluted when you think about all the Zelda games. And then when they made these, they weren't planning an interconnected, you know, Zelda extended universe. But people try and piece it together accordingly. So, of course, now everyone's analyzed it to death. And I'm going to throw pots at this guy to death. I thought that Morning Star he swings around there was like his head, so... There you go. Yeah, that's true. And I think they make that up afterwards, too. It's like when they press Miyamoto and stuff like that. Hey, what's their last name? It's Mario. What do you mean Mario? It's Mario and Luigi Mario. Like, they're just making it up, so... yeah, but, thank you, Zelda. I had a feeling you recorded Zelda. Listen carefully. Thanks, Mike Boy. We're gonna get really confused now. I'm gonna confuse myself. Yep, I understand. Let's get out of here. Can I take your stuff, though? Ooh, yeah. Rupees. Man, this game is so good. It's so good. And it's interesting to me that, yeah, the Link Between Worlds is really good. I think so. As a modern homage. It's great. It has lots of callbacks to this game. And if you enjoy this, that is well worth playing. But it still doesn't feel the same because it has that gimmick in it with the paintings and stuff, which is fine. Every Zelda game has some kind of gimmick, it feels like. There's always something, right? In any of the modern games, you know, depends on the dual worlds, whatever. Oh, that's tough. I don't know. I may have to say Super Metroid because it set me in such a... The world and the mood is so great in Super Metroid. But this game arguably is, I would say, almost better to play, but that's why they're both so legendary. But I'm curious to hear what chat has to say about that one, if they have a favorite between the two. But that's the thing, Super Nintendo has some amazing games. Oops, sorry. The walk cycles, yeah, it's just... I always thought the little, like, pole animation, stuff like that. Does he have a beard there? What's going on there? Of course, we're seeing much sharper pixels than you normally would on a CRT. It would blend out a lot more with a CRT filter on there, so... if you haven't played Super Metroid, we did stream it a while back. I highly recommend it. Now, you have to like a Metroidvania, of course. Super Metroid, with the namesake, is a Metroidvania. By design, it is a backtracking, you know, stuff like that. But Super Metroid is amazing. The jump is hard to time, and I think I've learned fairly recently the timing trigger on that. I always did it wrong, too. I was always bad at it. I'm still not good at it, but I still enjoy the atmosphere in Super Metroid. It's so good. But this game, I think, is much more even and easier to play as just a casual, you know, casual game. There's a secret passage in the throne that leads to the sanctuary. I'm sure the old man there will help us. I sure hope so. The speedrun I just watched, they break this game completely. The entire world is connected one layer down. And they basically glitch through the walls, and they can just transfer everywhere. It's like, oh, we're just going to go through here, and now we're here, you know. Yes, that's a good way of putting it, Pixel. I think that's a great way of putting it, actually. Because the atmosphere in Super Metroid is just, wow, like, it's amazing. The ornamental shelf's open. You have a light pitch dark, and you can't see without. What happens if you don't have the torch here, or the... I don't know. Link to the Past. LTTP for short. We're saving time here. Now we're not saving time by being confused by it. And it's funny because I played this game. I know it. I can beat this game, you know, pretty easily. Watch me die in saying that. Not saying I'm not going to die, but there may be times where I have to think for a second on what to do because although I played it a lot, sometimes you just kind of like, where am I going again? You know. Without a sword. Fantastic. It's always fun when, because I mean, speedrunners are usually, a lot of the speedrunners are amazing at the games, and then they, you know, it is, for confusing us with Zelda. They are so skillful a lot of the time, they just kind of try and find new ways to make it more challenging. And that's just super fun to see because, I mean, I'm not good at games on that level by a long shot. But some of these speedrunners can just break the game and backwards, upwards, and who knows what. God, that... It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. Oh, thanks, old man. That's really, really nice. I'm always up for some friendly advice. Oh god, that's not a sword, that's your... anyway. I love those. That one's fantastic. The Zelda rap, too, when he comes back to save everyone, and everyone dies. And also you have the rap with the boat, with all the items. That one's also great. All those Star Bomb ones are fantastic. Eagle Rapper is a really good rapper. He has a way with the spoken word. Of course, they are now the Game Grumps team, and they do live streaming, or not live streaming, they just do Let's Plays almost exclusively, and are huge from that, so. And now we got through there, and I kind of got by autopilot, so. And what I like about this game is that it gives you a little, like, hey, that wall there, can I get through here? Oh, I don't have any bombs or can get through. The lyrics to that one is amazing. If anyone hasn't seen it, as long as you're up for a little, you know, lewd stuff, I would highly recommend watching those Zelda rap ones. They are fantastic. And it's Star Bomb, Zelda, and you'll find all of them, but they're great. Painted my shrine, like grab your destiny, if you know what I mean. You have to pull the lever, and of course I know this now, but it's like they don't tell you which one it is. Oh no, what if we pull this one instead? Boop boop. Oh no, snakes! Jesus! Why are there snakes in the ceiling? What kind of church is this? Princess Zelda, are you safe? Is this your doing, Zelda? Oh, thanks for the extreme confusion. Yes, it was Zelda who helped me escape from the dungeon. No, wear a tunic, I'm not into men. Zelda, you must not let the land of Hyrule fall into the wizard clutches. If you release the seal to 7 wise men, blah, blah, blah. Evil, evil. Okay, got it. I will have Princess Zelda here. Don't worry, seek the Elder. Do you understand? Yes. You say no, not at all, you gotta listen to it all again. Found a heart container. Zelda, be careful out there. I know you can save Hyrule. Well, go ahead, get out there and do it then. And now's when the game kind of opens up. If you never played this, like, they put a mark on your map on where to go, and here you get this delicious Mode 7 map. Look at that. And they guide you a little bit, but otherwise you can go to a lot of places, and this is where it almost has like that, you know, goodness. Metroidvania style here, where you basically don't know exactly where to go, but your abilities gate... The progression is gated from abilities. You can't get through certain places without abilities or items, and that's how you get in this one. And it's all items versus Super Metroid. Well, it's items too, but which is why those two games are just so, like, you know, similar in that sense. You have to find the items to get anywhere. And yeah, there isn't much we can do right now. There are a few places, and that's where I'm not going to always remember everything to do. People that know this game by heart probably are like, well, why aren't you going there right now? Yep, I'm pretty sure this is a Mode 7 thing, which, for those that aren't familiar, the Mode 7, of course, on the Super Nintendo is just a sprite scaling. It uses the entire layer to scale and everything, so, and it works great. I'm assuming there are ROM hacks for this that replace it with Zelda, and Link is probably the one you're saving, too, I'm sure. But there's a lot of places you can go. This way, Kakariko Village. And they kind of guide you in the beginning here, but nothing's stopping you from exploring, so... And something that we obviously should talk about as well, someone has ported this to PC. The entire source code has been reverse engineered very recently, and it just... Stop with that. The game is now available to play natively on PC, which opens up the world for the modding scene and everything you can do, so... Of course you can. The randomizers are amazing. For those not aware, then the randomizers basically just randomizes without preventing your progress, if that makes sense, where the items are and how you get them. So that means that you have to, like, just go around and look for stuff to find items. Wanted, this is the criminal who kidnapped Zelda. Call the soldier to see him. Well, it's me, Zelda. This is where they want me to go, of course. Who? Oh, it's you, Zelda. Yes, exactly. So what Mike's talking about there is the MSU1, which is the enhanced audio and improved multimedia features, if you will. And I did get that one. Thank you for the link, Mike. And you play a separate ROM, and it basically has full orchestral music, which, yes, it's awesome and it sounds great, and it's a great way to kind of experience the game again, reinvigorated. But when you're playing it for nostalgia's sake, you kind of want that full nostalgia blast of the real soundtrack. So, what can I do for you, young man? The Elder? Oh, no one has seen him twice since the wizard began collecting victims. What? The Master Sword? Well, I don't remember details exactly. Long ago, a prosperous people known as the Hylia inhabited this land. Legends tell many treasures of the Hylia hid throughout the land. The Master Sword, a mighty blade forged against those with evil hearts, is one of them. People say that now it's sleeping deep in the forest. Do you understand this legend? Sure. Look for the Elder. Anyway, there must be someone in the village who know where he is. You take care now, Zelda. Wait, I'm confused. But you can explore quite a bit in the beginning, and it's funny, it's playing it on autopilot now. I know where to go, you know, and mostly doesn't remember. But it's pretty open. You can explore a lot of places and find where you can't go. Like, you can go here and talk to these people. Yo, Zelda, this house used to be a hideout for a gang of thieves. What's the leader's name? Oh yeah, his name was Blind. He hated bright light a lot. Hint, hint. There's a lot of foreshadowing and hinting, and they spell out stuff when you know what's going to happen in the game later. They spell out a ton, really, for you, which is pretty funny. Let's see, this dude sells. Have you been giving through life without one of my hold anything bottles? Well, step right up and make your life complete. I've got one on sale for the low price of 100 rupees. So you're broke, huh? Too bad. Come back after you earn more rupees. Hey, here's Zelda, the Wonder Man. Soldiers, anyone? Oh, jeez. Problem solved. And there's always optimal ways to do it in this game, and things you can do. Now, I know for a fact... See, now I'm almost like forgetting it a little bit, because I know there's a way to get... bombs early and everything. Länk telefontida. Good evening, Christian. Christian, du kanske kommer ihåg det här. Men här har du hyrkassetten. Tada. På svenska. Fantasi och verklighet blandas i ett magiskt land. So. Christian's also from Sweden, so I'm just retailing some Swedish things there. I can buy bombs, so I could have sworn there's a place to find bombs. Why am I, like, forgetting it now? That's weird. But anyway, you know, you can talk to this dude. Hi, Zelda. Elder, are you talking about the grandpa? But don't tell about the bad people about this. He's hiding in a palace east of Castle. Mark a spot. Aha, there he is. There we go. I knew there was a place to find bombs here. And... since I know that, there's something here. Fire in the hole! I know, these games with this kind of stuff, a little blasé about that. They just, like, don't really care. You just kind of get all the guards, because, you know, they're probably bad. Also looting the shed for bombs and stuff. Thank you, I'll take that. That is mine now. This is also mine. It's funny, because it's the trope of, like, being able to loot everything. And that, of course, goes through many RPGs, especially JRPGs, where you just ransack every house you come across. And some games call that out. And you're like, what do you mean? You can't just... I need to be able to loot this house. That's what you do in this game. And then we have this dude that runs away. I can't catch him. How will I catch him? I don't know. Oh, Zelda, the rumors say you kidnapped the princess, but I still trust you. Well, that is your mistake. Good evening, Alex. Welcome. Of course, there is the fabled thing where you do enough damage to the chickens and they start attacking you. That started in this game. We're gonna blow up some houses, because why not? Finally got sound. Alright. And there he goes. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I pretty much have to. Okay, couldn't hear me. You in, Bruce? Hey, brother Zelda, do you have a bottle to keep a bug in? I see you don't have one. I got a... Okay, well, I can go buy it now. Let's see. Yeah, that's the thing. These games, like, you know, they... It's fantasy stuff, so okay, we're gonna buy the bottle. I'll take one. Goodbye. Hold it above your head for the whole world to see, okay? It's good for business. There's just, you know, items you can pick up, and I remember as a kid, every time you found an item, like, oh, cool, that's the thing, and like, I know I need that thing, and anything you found was progressing in the game, right? So talking to this dude, yeah, we'll give you his bug net here now. I can't go out because I'm sick, cough, cough. People say I caught this cold from an evil air that's coming down off the mountain, sniff, sniff. This is my bug catching net. I'll use it when I'm better, but for now, I'll lend it to you. And there's some other things you can catch with it, too. Now, and also there we have a little portrait of Mario. Nice little nod there. Which one is the Final Fantasy? That's like a deep philosophical question now. Which Final Fantasy is the true Final Fantasy? Hi, Zelda. Sorry about my yard. It's a little overgrown. Thanks for visiting. Glad to have company to talk to. I'll tell you an interesting story. There's a lake swimming with Zoras at the source of the river, but it's hard to find. The treasure of Zora can turn people into fish. I'd love to see that. Hint, hint. There's too many Final Fantasies. How many of them have they made? I think you can do this. Yeah, there we go. Money! Alright, honey, I put our life savings in the behind the picture. Okay, alright. Well, that's gone. And like you can see, I'd like to get in there, but I can't yet because there's a thing in the way. There's a lot of little secrets that you can find in this game. Tons of things to explore. Eating solar. And whoop! We're gonna hop down here. Le Bomb. Say, I'm sure that's an endless source of entertainment there too. I should play the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I played Final Fantasy VII a lot on PC and enjoyed it a lot. I really, really enjoyed it. And my wife played it as well, and she started playing the remake, whatever, not too long ago on PS4, and didn't get that far in it. But I really should play it as much as I played the original. Although the costumes are just, yeah. They follow a certain type of character design, to say the least. Yeah, goodness, how many are there? If you count the Final Fantasies between all platforms, there's got to be more than that at this point. You know, I've never tried the... I know that's supported as the SG synth, right? I never tried it, actually. I did play it on a Voodoo 1. I did do that, so I had the crisp and everything. I remember it looking like... I saw it in magazines that talked about how crisp it looked on PC, and I'm like, yeah, it looks great. The combat sequences you can see really well. I don't think there's anything I can do here yet. No. Just exploring, but there's a lot of little places. And again, you play this on autopilot, you know exactly where to go, but it's fun to kind of explore a little bit. My lost partner returns, we can temper your sword, but now I can't do anything for you. Oh man, that sounds actually pretty good. They call those Doritos Cool American in Sweden, so... yeah, that was really cool. That was the YMF 744, right? I do have the 724, which I got not too long ago, so... Alright, nice. Now, of course, we're exploring further here, and there's lots of places you can go here and do and whatnot. So yeah, I have the 724, but not the 744. But I think that the 744, I believe, is the one that has better DOS compatibility too. But I'm going to try it with the 724 as well. Hint, part of a project there. Ow. There's a lot of stuff, like, again, that gives you little hints there. But yeah, I remember in Sweden for sure, the Cool Ranch is called Cool American, so... Because it is cool and it's American. Where did he go? How will we find him? Too bad I don't have a shovel. That's fine. I think it's, I'm a big believer of, you know, make the content you want to make, because if you are pushing yourself to do stuff you don't enjoy, that doesn't make it very fun to make, and you can kind of tell. Which, right now I'm still on track. I'm on track. I did the January video, and I'm quite a ways in my February video as well. That should be coming out here pretty soon. I actually had most of it recorded since earlier. I just need to finish it up and edit it, so... Yes, you're right. The Thousand Island dressing is basically what they call it. I'm going to call it hamburger dressing. And it tastes like Thousand Island, straight up. And I think that's, of course, you know, pointing to McDonald's hamburger. So yes, American hamburger dressing is Thousand Island. There we go. And our wall's back to our house. There's nothing we can do there, really, but it's still neat to see it again. How, you know, I'm not sure we would call this an open world, but I mean, you can go just about anywhere you want with that lock progression, of course. Here's my house. No one here. Very true. I'm hoping, at least from my perspective, as being a tiny channel and a hobbyist, I can keep doing what I want, because I don't depend on this for any income or anything, so I don't have to worry about that. Fortunately, I don't have any sponsors or anything. But it's nice to just kind of do your own thing for now. Not everyone has that luxury, obviously, but it's a hobby project for me, so I can do that. But there we go. I do want to do similar what you did there, because I think Windows XP is almost an underrated retro setup, because you can play so much stuff. Now, your machine was ridiculous and overkill there on what it can do, but you can have a fantastic retro experience. Oh, I just wanted that heart. You can have a fantastic retro experience with a Windows XP machine. Yeah, that's the thing, and I understand these big ones, they don't have much of a choice. They have to, you know, follow the trends and do all that stuff. They can't do anything else. They don't have a choice. Because, you know, often when you get that big, you have staff and stuff like that. That you have to, you know, support, so you can't just willy-nilly, oh, one video got poor viewership and they made a third of the money. Like, they can't just do that, so... Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is very true. Yeah, Alger is maybe the shining beacon for that one. Like, as far as, like, you know, he's still doing his own thing, and especially watching him talk at that talk at the VCF Midwest last year. Not this last one, but the 1 year before that. How he just kind of decides on winging it. And like, oh, I'm just going to do that. And that's, I like to stay that independent if I can. I've gotten sponsorship offers and everything, but nothing that I want to... I haven't even asked what money was involved in it, because for now, and I don't have anything against people doing it, but for now, I like to try and avoid sponsorships and stuff like that if I can, so... Zelda, I'm surprised a young man like you is searching for the Sword of Evil's Bane. Yeah, and that's the thing, because I am random by design. I would like to not lock myself down. I like doing random things. Yes, PCBWay has reached out to me. I'm sure they'll reach out to everyone else. Yeah, good. As a test, can you retrieve the Pendant of Courage from the East Palace? If you bring it here, I will tell you more of the legend and give you the magical artifact. Fine. They are cool. They just... I like to not break the flow of my videos to have that intro right, so... yeah. And, if I'm not enjoying it, that makes it very hard to do it. And that's why I started doing the Let's Play, too, which, you know, thanks everyone that commented on it. And that is not a thing to replace anything. I love these streams. I will continue doing them. But I'm interacting with all of you, and that's great. I would like to just play games like that have an opportunity to play longer and just kind of finish some of these games and just kind of do it that way. I figured, like, why not? Like, I can just kind of babble on and ramble on and hopefully complete the games, because I watch a lot of Let's Plays like that. My kids love watching stuff like that. We watch a ton of Mario games like that, so... I believe PCBWay is a good thing and good deal, but... Now... Do I remember? Do you remember? Okay, I'm not gonna... I knew it was the middle. I was thinking of the other palace. See? we're getting out a few of these things here where I like, hang on a minute. Now, this is the first dungeon. And something that, of course, Breath of the Wild went away from was to have these mega dungeons. So you had the Divine Beast, which was a dungeon-ish things, but none of them had, or they went away from this kind of dungeon. So, all right, Solar, thanks for stopping by. See you later if you come back. Yeah, exactly. If you believe in it, I have zero qualms about taking a sponsorship, but I also think it's important to everyone do their own thing, right? I don't think you should throw shade or whatever against anyone that does sponsorships, but everyone does their own thing. That's the whole point, and that's why it's neat to see, and everyone doing their own thing with different channels. These jerks are terrible. I'm going to find the... That's not what I wanted. Where's my boomerang? I will destroy you. Just for the sake of it. There we go. Yeah, and that's the thing too. When you're something like that, where you are reviewing products, like I had the benefit of here, like I'm doing retro stuff. Like the Mister will give me nearly endless amount of content that I could touch on or do. Retro games will give me endless content, but if I have to rely on getting new products to review, that's a very different story. That's a lot harder to accommodate, and then you get a little different kind of pressure. People always want the latest and greatest, right? I can only imagine if there's a new product, especially on the GPU side, right? If something new, you've got to be doing reviews immediately, or you're not keeping up, right? So, let's see, what do we got now? We got the compass. Yay! Raid Shadow Legends, they're on everything. But yeah, there's this thing, so. Zelda at Isaias Sahasrara. I don't even know how to say that. As a kid, I just kind of glanced over it. I think I read it as Sahara or something when I was a kid. I can talk to you telepathically when you touch these tiles. Here's a hint. You can use the treasure hidden in these palace to defeat armored foes. Ooh. Hint, hint. So yeah, I don't envy that, having to... Yeah, exactly, and especially you need the latest and greatest, and then if you're reviewing a GPU, right, then you need to make sure the CPU isn't the bottleneck, etc., and, you know, thankfully with retro I can be very random and pick whatever the heck I want, so that gives me a lot of flexibility and freedom, so, Tech Left Behind? Yeah, and that's the thing, too, that's rough, and it has to be something I'm interested in, right, or something I want to do, so, and that's why I have plans for a Mr. content video, and it's something I would like to do. There's a thing I want to cover in the Mr., and that will make me want to do it, especially then it's costing money, so... Yeah, and that gets... Now, the internet is full of jerks, and that's unfortunate. I'm sure everyone's like, you know, hardy hard, just do this, or cover with this, or buy this, or, you know... It's like they talk to car viewers, like, must be nice driving those cool cars all the time, and like, it becomes a job for them, and they have to hand them back constantly, and it's just, you know, I don't know. People could just be nice. That's very hard to be nice, apparently. I like to be nice. Right after a boomerang is frickin'... Bomb, bomb. Bomb, 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 no. Well, that's, I'm assuming also, and I've noticed that too, and all the power to the people that do full benchmarking stuff. I tip my hat at you, and I know Pixel, you do a lot of benchmarking when you do video card reviews. That is grueling work, my goodness. I haven't done many benchmark things, but sometimes it's very important to tell the story, especially for comparison on video cards, stuff like that, and I think it's important for retro cards, and things like producing comparison, but it takes so much time. I mean, until I did I think the first, like, benchmark one I did was when I upgraded the Mac with the new video card, and I'm like, oh, I should capture that game too in these resolutions, like, that took like an hour. I'm like, for just a few extra graphs that are on screen for like, 30 seconds at best. Like, by golly. So when I was learning, yeah, I know, I hate that too. I have had that happen. We're like, oh, I gotta rerun it. I know it can be, it's on a therapeutic sometimes just to run through benchmarks, but it gotta be right too, so. No, this was not translated to Swedish, so hi, wife, Kate, hello. This was not translated to Swedish, this was completely an English game, and I played it like this in British English then. I'm assuming it was the same translation for American. There's no real difference between those two here. But no, I did not know many of the words, honestly, because I was playing. This came out in 91, right? So, alright, I mean, I was, 10. So I knew quite a bit of English words, but not enough to, like, read all this stuff. But I learned English playing these games, so... First big item upgrade. The bow. You can shoot arrows until you run out. Sweet. What? Shoot. Yeah, let's give a little hints here, too. Oops, that's not what I wanted. And I wanted to use this, because I think there's some fairies down here. I always thought that was pretty fun, the multi-layer. What a marvelously complex game when you think about it, keeping it in a bottle. And that's the thing, too. I think that a lot of the Zelda games, they're kind of like good games off the bat. Like, I will say, Twilight Princess, Wiimote wiggling aside, most Zelda games are really solid, and I'm not going to throw shit in that game too much, but it was not my cup of tea. I didn't enjoy it, so... yeah, for all those. And I very much appreciate anyone doing that stuff, too, as a content thing. That is brutal. And I watch, like, channels, the big channels, like Digital Foundry, right? I love their channel. I prefer more the anecdotal or, like, not the deep analysis stuff, which can be really interesting, but the comparison stuff that they do with individual settings, that it must take so long. It's just brutal on how much they have to do, right? So, I can only imagine. So, I tip my hat to all the benchmarkers, because it's an underappreciated thing in content creation. A really important one, too, but, you get too granular, it gets ridiculous, but it is important. See, that's why I like the Zelda 3 here, because you can play it on almost autopilot, and it's still a good time to play. There's a little bit of execution going on and how to do it, and, remembering the game, but I don't think I've ever played this game and not had a good time. This is a great game to pick up again and play if you remember it. It's a great game to try and hone your skill in, or whatever. Oops. There you go. Yes, I forgot. Someone mentioned way earlier in the chatter now. I just remember it too, but they talked about getting into half magic. And yes, that is the thing that you get. One of the dudes, basically, you disturb them and he makes you carry twice the amount of magic, which in reality just gives you twice the magic power. Now, I'm correct in that, right? It gives you double the magic. You use half the magic, right, for every spell. So you carry twice the magic. When I was a kid, I thought that when you got that, it lessened your magic in half, so it was half as effective. So I actually went back and used an older save to skip that, and I played through the rest of the game without doing that double magic, right? That is an upgrade, right? So yeah, as a kid, I was not smart, so I didn't figure that out. It said half, and I thought like, oh no, I lost half my magic. I need to do that again to... I should have saved the thing, because now... Okay, that's... Alright, we get this here. Yeah! That's right, these cannot be defeated by those, and I should have remembered that. Oh well. Aha! Now we get to the boss here. Yeah, yeah, I think ETF Bram's done it really well. He can crank out videos real fast. I think they're always informative, they're always interesting, and he found a great, like, flow to them. And of course, he reviews so much stuff. But I do love his channel. I don't say I watch everything he makes, but I find a lot of his content very interesting, so... And that's the first major boss. Gotta catch it. Yes. Huzzah! Yep. You won the Pendant of Courage. Take it to Sahasra. Not gonna work here anymore. 2 pendants remain. Okay. Now we have the bow, which is a mainstay of Zelda games, of course. And I do like that in Breath of the Wild they made it a central mechanic. Like, the bow is used extensively, right? And it's very skill-based, so... Breath of the Wild is a really good game, isn't it? I'm back. Got your pendant. Oh, you got it. Oh, I didn't think you'd make it back. Oh, wow, you actually made it. Wow. 3 or 4 generations ago, an order of knights protected the royalty of the Hylia. These Knights of Hyrule were also guardians of the Pendant of Courage. Unfortunately, most of them were destroyed in the great war against evil that took place when the 7 wise men created their seal. Among the descendants of the Knights of Hyrule, a hero must appear. I see. Zelda. I believe you. You should get the remaining pendants and carry this with you. This is a treasure passed down by the families of the wise men. I want you to have it. Run fast. He gives you the Pegasus shoes. Now you can execute a devastating dash attack. Hold the A button for a short time. This is super fun. A helpful item is hidden in the cave on the eastern side of Lake Hylia. Get it. The boots is integral to, yeah, you gotta use the boots because they're fun. Bombs. Money. I'm rich, but okay. Yeah, this game is just so good, and I wish that Nintendo wasn't afraid to look backwards. Like, yeah, they made A Link Between Worlds, which of course is a direct sequel to this, more or less, or an homage, and very much goes in line. But why can't Nintendo just like, you know what? We're just gonna make a freaking brand new Zelda, pixel style like this, and it's gonna be great. Like, why can't I just do that? Because they have the resources, but I think that they feel like they're not innovating enough doing it. I know. The reason why they're holding off on a new F-Zero game is that they want to have something new, something fresh. And it's like, I mean, that's great when it works, but sometimes you can just make another similar game and it can be amazing. And that's okay. It doesn't have to be something groundbreaking, brand new stuff or whatever. So I think that, I mean, if they were to release a pixel artistry good top-down 2D Zelda like this, I mean, it would sell like freaking hotcakes. I mean, I like to hope that Metroid Dread kind of shows the potential for that kind of thing. Now that, of course, uses 3D, you know, pseudo 2D, 2.5, and all that good stuff, right? So there's that. But there's the potential there for doing that kind of revival. And I think Metroid Dread was the best-selling Metroid game ever. So yeah, sorry, I'm just playing an autopilot now again. I kind of know where to go, so... but I bet most of you that have played this game know it very well, too. Great game. I'm curious to try out the PC port, because I haven't messed with it yet, or the PC source code reverse engineering, because that has the potential to really crack this game open on what you can do. Yeah, that's the thing, too, with that, and I mean, I'm cautiously optimistic. It's going to be more of the same, I'm guessing. The problem to me now is that the Switch really is showing... Yeah, no, I didn't need them. Too late. The Switch is really showing its age. And I don't say, like, graphics matter, but... Yeah, some of the newer Pokemon games are just, like, not good visually. They're pretty rough, so... That's right, I am going the wrong way. I wasn't even going to go here yet. Ow. Put it out. I was going to go with the thing on the east here now. Yeah, I realized I was full on bombs, and I thought it was a rupee in that thing, but apparently not. Oh well. Watch out, coming through! Oops, I keep forgetting the item open here. Oh, come on. Yeah. Too easy. Yeah, that's true. Hey, I got more bombs. You got some bombs. You can pick them up and throw them. Money. Take some rupees. Don't tell anyone I gave them to you, right? 300. I'm gonna max out my cold, hard cash here soon. Pretty much will here now. Yeah, I mean, it will be better in that sense, but it's like, especially, my kids love the Pokemon games, which is fine, but they run really rough. Not saying that Zelda won't run better, but it's like, it's just, they're running out of steam now on the available performance in the hardware. I feel anyway. Because, I mean, it is a mobile chipset from 2017, more or less. Now, heavily optimized, of course, and, you know, it's custom and they know exactly what it can do, so it's not like just an Android phone. But it has its limitations, and I think that, you know, being the hot take person as I am, if they would just make a Super Switch with more of the same, higher performance, backwards compatible, it would sell like crazy. Don't mess up the good thing you have going now by doing something really funky and like, you know, smell-o-vision or, you know, VR or whatever. Like, no, Nintendo, just make another Switch. You know, keep the OLED if you can. Even LCD panels are really good anymore. Yeah. So we got the ice rod there, which we'll need later. That's why the Sahara dude was talking to us about. We need that for later. The most classic Zelda tune ever. I don't like... Yeah, exactly. Because they talked about it too, because, I mean, the possibility of having a docking station actually has extra horsepower, or above all, when docked, uses DLSS or some sort of super sampling, upscaling, or whatever to produce a 4K image. That's doable now. I mean, that wasn't when the Switch came out. That wasn't really practical, but upscaling and super sampling has gotten so good. Just do that. Make that kind of system. And I think it will just sell like crazy. They'll put on a level playing field. We'll still keep in their key, like, portability and the whole thing, and the docked and all that stuff, right? Because I think that's a huge strong suit of the Switch. Not everyone uses it in the portable way, but I think that the ones that do use it are, you know, heavily use it, so... Yeah, I mean, you got the Steam Deck, and then you're not far off. Out. But the Steam Deck is much more modern, obviously, so... Yeah. Yeah, I could see the price, because, I mean, they wanted the dock not to be crazy. Yeah, I think they would have a hard time selling a system now, targeting 1080p still, I guess. Well, not hard to sell. They would still sell it, let's be honest. But people are kind of expecting a little more now, I think, so. Above all, because 4K TVs are common now. And I know that's the thing that, like, the reason they didn't go HD with the Wii, because they felt the regular CRT TV was more popular at the time, you know, things like that, so. Good HDR, I don't think I've experienced good HDR on a good screen as of yet, and that's more mine, so, or my situation. Our TVs have HDR, but we bought pretty, you know, budget brands, so. Yeah, that's true. It has to be correct, appropriate, as it were. This is where I can figure out, it's like, oh, there's the book. Ah! What I really do want is there's a Alienware ultra-wide OLED high refresh panel available. It's like $1,000, you know. But that would be amazing. I've heard people play Cyberpunk on, for example, and that looks just incredible. Not that I've seen it in real life, but people just rave about it because the deep blacks work so well with the world of Cyberpunk, which is very dark and neon tinted, of course. So I do like this sibling squabble here because they quarreling with the younger brother. So I sealed the door. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a bomb in your house to open up the door again. Aha! So the doorway's open again, okay. That's pretty next level, like, squabbling. Like, not only are they fighting. Hey, Zelda, did you come from my older brother's room? He's still angry. Well, he did seal up the door, and the only way for you to get out of the house. So, if you can reach the goal within 50 seconds, we'll give you something good. Ready, set, go. I don't remember the path. The path. This time, try with 9 seconds. Congratulations, you qualified. Piece of heart. Piece of awesome. I remembered it, sort of. Now we can run really fast. We're going to choose. Ow. And I haven't really done HDR properly either, like I mentioned, but from what I hear, when it does work, when it's made or done correctly, it's really good, but I'll never discount anything until I've seen it, or at least experienced it. But I would like to... OLED, of course, feels like just the next step in screen technology in general, which, I mean, it is, but it's expensive still, so... I mean, phones have had that for... Many phones use OLEDs, and they look, of course, amazing, so I'm a big fan of the OLED as it looks... but it's still expensive. I would love a OLED TV, OLED CRT, or OLED CRT, OLED panel for my computer, etc. Good evening, Chris. Welcome. Yes, it is still one of my favorite games, and I still play it once in a while, probably at this point once a year at least. Do I finish it every time? I'm not sure I do, but what an amazing game. I always enjoy that you knock those little vultures around and they still sit. The desert is pretty nasty. There's a lot of bad stuff here. But yeah, this game is so good, and I mentioned earlier, you never have a bad time playing this game. I'm still just doing this in autopilot and still having a great time, so. Aha, and it's the Book of Medora. With it, you can read the language of the Haida people. Good, I'm gonna blow your wall up. I know there's a crack in your wall. You don't need... No, that's mine now. I'm gonna rob you. Aha! You found a piece of heart. Your heart level increased. Right before the next dungeon, so... we'll see if we get to the Master Sword tonight. I think we should be able to make it to the Master Sword in less than our stream time. Certainly are not beating this game in that time. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. Well, thanks, old man. Ugh. Jerk. I always thought this thing here was a little interesting because, so, it's Hylian. We're going to read it. To open the way, go forward. Make your wish here, and it will be granted. So now he's wishing. Like, you can wish for anything, and he's like, open the door. It's the only time this animation is used, too. God, that's a wrinkly, yeah. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Alright, yeah, I might get a new charger. But yeah, the Mister is a great place to explore this game and this system in general, because as I was testing this, I started playing like SNES or whatever, and there's just so many good... That's the thing too, if you haven't played the game in a while, the beginning gets a little fuzzy. Lasers! The Mister is such a great way to experience a lot of these games, because just the library is just ridiculous if you think about it. That is a very distinct risk, yeah. It takes a little while, especially as a kid, too. I kept going the wrong way all the time. It's the map, it's the map, it's the... Okay, sorry. I thought there was something here for, Evening Ted? That's right, appreciate you dropping by. And, again, I played this game so many times. This may be one of the ones, maybe besides Super Metroid, that I have the most, like, playtime in. But now, at the same time, I'm like, hang on, where did I go now? Now you can go in here, and then go up. Uh-huh, see, I have memories. Oh, okay, that was just that. Ooh, you can go here. So yeah, this is the thing. It's like, it's a game that you end up playing on autopilot a lot. I think there's a piece of heart down here. Yes, sure is. I love that just you knock away the vulture like that. Later! And yes, as a kid, I thought it was super funny to pretend he was farting as he was running. It was very, very mature for my age. So, you know, it's a game that just, you play so many times, but it's still fun. And that's important for games like this. And I can't say that all those retro games hold up on that level like that. But this game is deep enough. It has enough, like, content and interesting stuff in it. Oh, that's right. Oh, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, no, I already have the glass bottle, so I will crunch down on the... Isn't there a comic or something where he, like, bites off the head of a fairy like that? That's right, this is what I need to do. Zelda desires, how's ya, dude? You must never fail to find all the treasures in each dungeon. Got it. Loot everything. Yeah, I'm not so sure all the time. That's true. He's got wreaks havoc everywhere. Woo, cheese it. Compass. It's funny now, too, as you get, you know, further in the game later on. It's one thing, but in the beginning here, these dungeons are not that deep, or... I always just YOLO this and failed. I never time out, I just run and see what happens. And sometimes I get hit, sometimes I don't. I got hit twice. 3 times. 3 times. Now we can go get the master key, so... Aha! I don't get it. Oh, hi! Yeah, he does, and it feels like the original one, if you will, where you do this. And I'm sure there are other games where you do that earlier too, but in this game, you really just freaking come in and just take everything you can. It's better later when you get the hammer, you can smash the pops quicker. Like now, we've already picked up the last item, and we're on our way to the boss. That's how quick this dungeon is. This may be one of the fastest, especially the early ones, faster dungeons. But yes, they rely a lot on the getting lost in this game. I'm saying what, but it relies heavily on you getting lost on this one. I think that it's, you know, it's supposed to be a maze until you know the way. So, laser. That's true. Now we can lift heavy objects. Haha! Take that, random rocks. This one, isn't it? Missed me. Later. I know, they're just wrecking everything, but you know, I gotta find some rupees. I think I'll always have, you know, you'll always see some Metroid and Zelda games coming up on the stream of some variety, because they're just such good games. They still are good games. Ow. Yeah, they kind of psych you out, because some of them are like, oh, you need to do this to open here, or whatever. No. Later. And here, it's like, I remember this. I got stuck here. I couldn't quite figure out. Now it's, you know, pretty obvious when you look at it. But I didn't know how to get past this, so you have to light all these little braziers or torches here, and then it opens up. And I remember running here and running back from the beginning of this, like, yeah. So yeah, I never played Chrono Trigger originally. I did play it most of the way not too long ago, and I didn't realize the beginning that it had that, like, thing where they penalize you for doing stuff in the beginning there. That was not effective. This is the first boss I can give a little bit of trouble because it's hard to know where the hitbox is on which one's going to damage you or not. Otherwise, it's not hard, but this is probably one I've actually had to use the fairy a couple times on because it's unpredictable. But I also get overzealous, so... They don't really... It's hard to... Ow, like that. Like, what actually is hitting me there? And that's usually what does me over on this one. It's just the word hitboxes. And being overzealous. Hey, I got him with a bomb. I'd never done that before, but I figured I should try. Alright. Got him with 1.5 heart without the beeping. Captain. Alright. Fantastic. Doom Power Rangers. Yeah, I mean, that's a farming technique that you use in many of the Zelda games, right? Is run in and just wreck the whole garden and come back again. In Link's Awakening on Game Boy, I did that to grind money for the shovel or bow, one of them. I always did that the proper way without stealing it and whatnot. There we go, we got the second pendant, and now we know where the third pendant is. But now, every time we find an item, we can unlock a little more. And I believe we can run up and get the flippers now. I think we're going to go get those. I have the cash for it. Alright, take it, thief. Took his heart. Pretty rough. And I mean, I don't remember the optimized order to do this stuff, but it's like you get abilities and you can unlock things. It's just fun to go get new stuff. I remember the thrill of that. And yes, I know I can bomb there, but I don't want to... I think you get more rupees in there. I don't want to use those up yet. Coming through! Come on! It's running at the... Yeah, there's a little hidden things like that. I don't necessarily remember how to trigger that, but sometimes when you do... I love you can pick up stuff like that, too. That's pretty rude, but, you know. Making mushroom brew I am, but I don't have mushroom. You can buy potions here. We'll do that later, but right now, I don't have more bottles, which we'll get soon here. And that's a satisfying progression, I think, where, you know, you constantly are unlocking something, it feels like, that gives you a different way forward. There's just so many items to unlock in this game. I think that's an important way. And maybe that's why the game feels so good, too. You're always progressing. All the way to the very end of the game, you're always progressing and doing something. Very rarely are you just, like, running aimlessly. And, I mean, yeah, you can get lost in the game. That's fine. But most of the time, you're actually progressing. Oops. I can't swim yet for those that are not aware of that fact, so... But we're going to take care of that now. We're spending a lot of money. Freaking Zoras are attacking me, too. I think is this way here now? See, no, that wasn't. It was the wrong one. Whoa! Can't handle the performance here now. Whoop! I'm gonna go talk to a Zora. I think I might have taken the wrong path. I don't remember now. I did take the right path. It's been a long time. Whoops. There we go. Yeah, I want to get the flipper so I don't die when I fall in the water. Plus, there's some items I can get from that. Haha, what do you want, little man? Do you have something to ask me? I want the flippers. And just to give flippers away for free, I'll sell them for 500 rupees a pair. One pair of flippers coming up. I'd like to use the magic waterways of the sequel. Yeah, it's pretty impressive, but also is running at 240p, right? If you were to make it today, you would have to run at 1080 at the minimum, so then the assets need to be higher, but still, agreed. Because you have a lot of more overhead, too. This is written in assembly, I assume. Pretend like I know what I'm talking about. But the source code, or the re-implementation of this that just came out for PC, to my knowledge, runs in C then, so they rewrote it, which opens up the options a lot, because of course it would have to be recompiled on other hardware otherwise. But now with C, it can be ported freely, so... I think there's something in this waterfall, isn't it? Yeah. There's got to be something behind the waterfall. It's just the way it is. Throw some stuff in. Maybe get some stuff. Who knows? Yes. I like an honest person. I'll give you something better in return. Ooh, thanks. Super boomerang. There's a dog. Hi, Kirby. Dog will coming down to see me here. And I don't remember everything. You can throw a shield, that I know, but I don't think there's anything else you can throw in this one. Someone else correct me, but I think you can just throw the shield and the boomerang on this one. I think I tried everything. That's it, so. Your shield is improved. Now I can defend against fireballs. Take that. I don't think there's anything else you can throw in, to my knowledge, but someone correct me. I haven't really read up any walkthroughs or guides on this game. Which I mentioned earlier, but when you fight Aghanim, the, we can teleport now here. Woo! Psychedelic. Good, because now psychedelic, that's kind of not where I wanted to go. I do want to go there if they would just, there we go. When I fought the wizard the first time, you used the Master Sword to deflect his beams, but I didn't know that. And I used a bug net, which does work. That's exactly right. Which I always thought that scene under the bridge is just so cozy looking, and the fact that they made a custom, like an entire screen for that one, that you can't really see until you're under there. I always thought it looked super neat. And you really only find this by exploring, but I did not read any walkthroughs or guide for this game at all. Look at this. It looks super cozy. Like, oh, he found me. Here's a bottle. Don't ask what I had in this bottle, but here you go. Yo, Zelda. That's all I can give you. Thanks. Woo. Gotta get that bottle. Yo. Hey, I bought the flippers from your boss. Why are you still shooting at me? It's pretty great. That's the thing, I think that many games have to have more than just either, good graphics or whatever. It has to have all the things going for it. I think Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past does have that. It's got the gameplay, the graphics, the story, the humor, everything. It's just, I don't think there's anything in here right yet. Oh, this is the upgrade pond. Oops, I was going for 20. We'll have big trouble. Oh, we don't like that. Yeah, has to be proper translated too. And of course, this game has many, many different, different ROM hacks and fan patches that improve things. And I haven't tried any of them, really. Really should. A little luck. This is one for those unfamiliar. When you put 100 rupees in here, eventually now, you will be able to upgrade something, like more arrows or more bombs, and that's very useful. That's a good place to dump some rupees. So we're going to get up to that first. Great luck. I also think there are some fairies in there, so I'm out of bombs. That's not cool. I think it does. I don't remember exactly what it does, but I'm pretty certain it has some modifier in the game. Something changes when you alternate or change your luck. I'm assuming it has to do with drop rates or whatever it might be, but it does impact the game to my knowledge. So 20 rupees. A little luck. I forgot to look where I'm at now. I don't want to overspend here now, but... You can only have 999 rupees, so you don't want to necessarily have 85. Fine, I will throw another 20. I should have thrown the 5 earlier. It's a neat mechanic, I suppose, but yeah, it's kind of back and forth, a little annoying there. Alright, what does it do? Because I honestly have no idea. I should carry more bombs. Thank you. Ooh, nice. Next 10 items. That's pretty nice. Huh. Fascinating. That's still a neat thing they put that in. Now you can dump some rupees faster here. You don't have to... Big trouble. I don't want that. At least it doesn't last too long, but the next 10 enemies is actually pretty substantial, so... which might explain why, when I was killing those dudes outside there now, I got quite a bit of stuff, so... And you can do this quite a bit. I can't remember how much you can get up to. It was 50 on both? We'll stop with this here now. We have 20 bombs. That should give us a little more arrows. I'm not what we're running out of. I'm not too worried about. With bombs, you're pretty short on. Whoa, hi. We're hiding in that bush there? Alright. Alright, now we need to head to the very nicely named Death Mountain. Nothing bad can come out of that, I'm sure. There we go. I think this is just a store here. Ooh, nice. There will be no world record set in this speedrun, I can guarantee you that. I love watching speedruns, just how skilled those people are when they're playing. It's insane. Come through! Ow. Ow! Cut it out! I always thought the dueling of the, arrows is super cool, honestly. Oh, man. That stinks. I can only imagine with speedrunner when they commit so much and then, you know, they don't get it just enough at the end there. That's enough. Did I do anything in here yet? I don't remember. There is... Almost every screen in this game has some secret or something. It might just be... Oh. Thank you. We... disappear. Yeah, just a hard refill. Well, moving on. We're gonna go back in. Ow. You got Link, the Grave Disturber. He really is a menace to society. Oh no. How unfortunate. We're back here, but now we have more items. We can blast our way through here. Now, I think this is also a way to get early bombs. Well, not early, but I'll make guarantee getting 300 rupees. So now we have 300 more. There are enough of those big rupee pickups where you can not farm in this game. Thankfully, if you can find those spots to give you those 300 and all that stuff, you don't have to worry about farming in this game, which is a nice thing. Yep, exactly. There's always a way through later. That's the thing with this game. There we go. All right. Payday. Nice. No one wants an intake gasket leak. Yeah, okay. What was anything under here? Now, as we get later on to this game, of course, to me, I mean, at least maybe not, but it feels to me that it's one of the ones that started the whole, like, dual world system that's become so popular, especially in Nintendo games. Dark World, Light World, you know, 2 different worlds you switch back and forth between. That's kind of like almost a trope at this point. Get something here. Yep. Like, there's almost something on every screen. And just like that. And it just doesn't get old. It's one of those games that I can sit through and play for hours, and actually, you're always making progress, it feels like, so. But the game doesn't really open up until you beat the first 3 dungeons and then get the Master Sword. That's when you get the dual world system and everything, so. Danger, do not enter Death Mountain without the King's permission. Well, here's what I think about your permission. Whee! Gated progression through items. Until we got the upgrade item from the last dungeon, we could not progress through here. And I know the way, so, you know, autopilot. Hello, old man. Oh, hi, old man. I don't know who you are, but if you're going up to the mountain, will you take me with you? I lost my lamp, so... That's true. Watch your step. There are holes in the ground. Can you turn right here? Looking for the golden power. I don't want to steer you wrong. Please don't get involved in such a mad quest. Turn right here. You know, I have a granddaughter who's your age. The king took her to the castle and she never returned. Kidnapping. Ooh. Mean guys. Whoa! Hi. Ooh, well, hopefully everything's alright there with the gaskets are never fun. Here we go. Missing maiden still alive somewhere. Believe that hero will rescue them on the way for that day. There are dangerous times. I talk too much. Anyway, thank you for your old kindness. I'm gonna live here. Now I got the mirror, which is a key item. I hate that he freezes you there and you, like, can't move. Now, this mountain has a lot of secret places, and I always forget where all of them are. So I think we're just gonna forge ahead, because there are so many different, like, secret entrances and weird things you can go to in this mountain. And I'm like, too bad I don't have that. That's right. I watched a speedrun when they were sequence breaking it, and they were able to get the mirror early, or whatever the heck they did. The moon pearl early, so none of the early stuff where you transform, which we'll see here soon, mattered. Death Mountain is kind of like a maze. There are... We'll hop in here and look. There's so many different things you can do here. Out of my way! Yeah, just some... Do I have... No, we need to catch another fairy. You're mine now. Keep it in a bottle. You say it the wrong way, it sounds very, very creepy. Get in the bottle. Now. I'm gonna save it for later. It is a little weird that you can do that. I mean, it's useful, but it's still very, very weird. What stream is this anyway? Oh, man. Hopefully all the car trouble sorts itself out here soon. It's never fun. You kind of rely on it for everything. So now you get the first taste of, like, whoa, what is this here? We're in the dark world, and we're a bunny. You turn into the true reflection of yourself. What do you want? Do you have something to say to me, silly rabbits? I came here to get the power of gold, and now I'm a freak, and I can't go back to the real world. If I only had the moon pearl from the tower... Here, I would go back to my original shape. I got good reason to be stressed out, so back off. Shoo! Oh, who are you, Mr. Bunny? The world is like the real world, but evil has twisted it. The golden power is what changed your shape to reflect what is in your heart and mind. I'm always changing my mind, so turn into a ball. But if you have a ball called the moon pearl, you can keep your original shape here. I remember, like, when I was a kid there, like, I kind of got stuck. Like, what can I do? Where can I go? Fortunately, all you have to do is just... use the mirror here, and boom, you're back. So we're on this. Oh, nice. I am a little curious and hesitant to get a high refresh monitor, because I've heard once you go to high refresh, you just can't go back. I was like, any car trouble can be solved with enough money and time, yeah. Alright, here we go. We're in the third dungeon, which is the last one in the light world, before we get to fighting Aghanim himself. Now it gets... This boss in this one may be the most stressful thing as a kid. I'm sure you know which one I'm thinking of, but... Click, click. Zelda at his eyes saw, yeah, whatever. The Elder, I have some advice. In the dungeons, you can gaze into the magic mirror to return to the entrance at any time. Do not forget this. Yes, it's very handy. It's the map. It's the map. The globes are a interesting mechanic. And cause a little puzzle. You're in a tower now, of course, you gotta work your way up. But first, we're gonna go downstairs. Yeah, I suppose, especially if you have any cars that are specialty or anything. If the shield can... No, it cannot. I can remember, I think it's in one of them, might be Link's Awakening, where the shield can actually block these things. Here you gotta wreck him with your sword. Yeah, sure is. It outputs whatever the Super Nintendo did, which is serial, right? So too late. I brute forced my way. Bells. Oops. These things are just jerks. Hoping for more health there, but... Hint, hint. You're picking up magic. What can you ever do here? Aha! Big key already. You got the big key. It's not nice to do this when I give it the big key, and then they kind of give you little puzzles on how to get the big chest, even though they have it right there. So. Oh, interesting. I'll have to check that out. But yeah, there's the Super Nintendo is just a marvelous system in general. Like, welcome back. Lick. Lick. Whew. That's the thing with that's right. Now we get introduced to the falling mechanic here, where things fall down, which can be very annoying at the wrong time if you don't do right. So, oh, I was hoping to smack some of these guys around to get some health back, but it's not gonna help if I keep dying. They're very annoying. Plop. Your sword is actually pretty weak against these. They take a lot of hits. There we go. Plop. Ploppity plop plop. There we go. If fortunate enough, we have a Toyota minivan, so that thing will last until, you know, the end of time, hopefully. But then our car is a Subaru XX, which we drive nice, but that one has been a little more concerned, I guess, for, I'm going to the first owner, so I'm not worried it hasn't been beaten on anything. But that one is definitely more on the keep an eye out for weird stuff thing. Subaru. Health, please. Bullseye. How do I get there? We're gonna grab this first. Compass. That's the thing, is like I didn't really think about it too, but we've had zero problems except the sliding door on our Toyota. Basically, it's just been running a clockwork the entire time. So, Zelda at his eyes saw, the Elder, an orb known as the Moon Pearl, is in this tower. Whoever holds the Moon Pearl is protected so that his form will not change in the Dark World. You must find it and escape from the tower. Don't forget the Moon Pearl. Splat. Now we're getting introduced to the fun little mechanic here of having to fall down in just the right spot. And I think we have to do this. This trigger first. There we go. Yeah, the sliding door, what I've actually have a spray can of like silicone lubricant or whatever, but it's long lasting, and I spray that. I have to spray that on hinges every so often because that's a place that just gets so much dirt and grime. And all right, we got the moon pearl, and it's just endless with that stuff. So that's what I do all the time. It's like the kids will close that because they get in and out on that side all the time, dropping off for school, and it stops sliding, and I just go at it with a little bit of, that's right, I kind of want to get all these things here, so I'm going to go down and trigger the thing. Woo! Sometimes you fall way more than you thought, or had planned on anyway. What's the next? I have to go all the way back down to trigger it? Okay. I always thought those little balls look like, those spheres that you shoot, they always look like they have a little, like a handkerchief around their head or something. Like, it looks like a little head handkerchief thing. A little maid. I don't know why. I don't know what they actually are. Things. That is a lot of things to replace there, Revenants. Not all cars, you know, some are bad, some are good, but yeah, I've had very good luck with the van so far, which, you know, the most boring one, the one that I need to work every time. The Subaru is our fun car, and that one has been good so far. Although little electrical gremlins have started popping up, which, that's kind of what I expect, I guess. Nothing crazy, nothing that prevents it from working, and we're done. Alright, so that's how this boss is going to go. I was sloppy there. As you saw there, for those that haven't played this before, that thing will knock you down, and then you gotta start over the boss fight. You're never in danger of dying from this boss, it's a matter of making it through without falling, and, yeah. I actually had the turbo go out on my Mazda Speed, but it was a recall. The, turbo seal started leaking, and I had blue smoke in the exhaust. And, things can start going faster now. That's it. That was the last, or third boss there. And, I was sitting in drive-thru, I think, waiting, and then I knew about that because I was on the forums obsessively for the Mazda Speed, and that was an 08, and it was getting blue smoke at the drive-thru. I'm like, oh, and then I took it in for service, and they saw the ad, you have oil that's being burned, and it was because of the leaking turbo seals, and what they find is that the impeller, the turbo impeller, which is the actual propeller, right, was starting to, like, wobble. And that is not good for a turbo, to say the least, and that was causing a leak, and they had to replace basically the whole turbo. Funny part is it felt quite a bit stronger, too. Not faster, but stronger after... that's a long way to fall. After that, this cave leads to the path back to Kakarika Village. And I'm assuming it was losing performance, and the turbo seals weren't holding correctly, so... Makes sense. I had that was fixed completely under warranty. That was an extended recall on the turbo on that one. So it was just a few model years there, that one. So I'm not sure if your 09 had that problem or not, but my 08.5 had it for sure. And we're back. What's up? We're getting close to Master Sword time right now, which may be one of the best moments in gaming history for me. Pulling the Master Sword is such a special thing. Flop. Such a unique and, like, it feels special every time. And you find these little swords here, like, randomly. This is it, the Master Sword. No, it can't be. Too bad. Oh, okay, you never got the smoke. I know where some of these secrets are. Aha! Whee! Yeah, that's the thing. I can't argue with Toyota being, you know, what they say was reliable, and I've heard about it and read about it, how they shut down a production line, and, you know, quality control is super important, and whatever, so. Alright, Solar, thanks for stopping by. I'll check out the video when it comes out. Need to go get some mushroom first here. Now I'm getting lost in the Lost Woods. There's some mushroom. Mushroom. Badger. Okay. We need that. Fortunately, I happen to know. Hang on. I gotta prepare here. Hang on. There we go. They're having problems lately with Toyota. I will say I really want, I really want the Corolla GR. Because it's so stupid and it's silly. And I'm a big fan of just four-wheel drive turbo cars. Rally cars kind of thing. And the Toyota Corolla GR is just so redonkulous that I just want it. It's like 3-cylinder, 300 horsepower, all-wheel drive, manual. I mean, it's just hilarious that it's sold in America. And of course, dealer markups are ridiculous, so. Here comes then, I'm gonna read it here. The hero's triumph on Cataclysm's Eve wins 3 symbols of virtue. The Master Sword will then be, he will then retrieve, keeping the Knight's line true. Aha! I'd turn up a little bit to hear that fantastic moment. That is still, can still give me the chills, this moment. That is just amazing. Especially when you're playing this game originally, and it just, you get to this point, and like, it's so, yeah, special. Suddenly, Sahara contact you telepathically. Zelda, it is extraordinary that you won the Master Sword. That makes evil retreat. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. With this shining sword, I believe you can deflect the wizard's evil powers. And yes, as a kid, I had no idea that you could do that, and I didn't know what that meant. So I actually fought the wizard, and I did not fight the deputy. But oh, look at the squirrels and get here! No, when I didn't understand it, so I tried every item I could, and I kept getting damaged by the wizard, as we'll see shortly. And I realized that the bug nets will actually deflect the beam, and that's something you can do. Zelda, help! The soldiers are coming to Sanctuary. Aye! Zelda, they're coming to take Zelda. Oh no, Zelda, what are you gonna do, Zelda? I don't know, Zelda. I always love the parallax scrolling here on the canopy. It looks great. It's a nice little effect to see the tree like that. I already have a mushroom. And it's like we've already unlocked enough that we can get more stuff, but it's often not worth doing it yet. We'll do more like sweeping and picking up upgrades and stuff like that, and items and etc. A nice little thing here, like, yo, the fog in this forest is clearing, thank you. Maybe it's nothing, but this tree feels kind of strange as we cut it. As we'll see later on, that is a hint of things to come. Ow. Not good enough for you? Not a good enough parallax? It's something easy to forget too. This is an early game. It came out in 1991, right? It's being developed in 90. This is really impressive for being this early. And I mean, graphically, whatever. Maybe it's not stretching this nest that far. Zelda, you're a second too late. I have failed. Zelda, the soldiers have abducted her. They have taken her to the castle. I'm here. You must find her before the wizard works his magic. Please, your only hope. Oh no. Dude I saw twice. Now, why did they put all the fake swords? And who put them there? It's like, did the sword create those? Is there some guardian of the sword? Like, ah! I have the Master Sword now. It does more damage for now. Really? Oh, interesting. Well, there you go. That's a question then. It's like, you gotta find the software support, right? Because no system is good without software support. And all these soldiers are, like, cursed by the spells, whatever, and we're just like, yeah, whatever. Dead. That's why I think the Neo Geo is really cool on the Mr. 2, because some of those are just like, you know, that's the closest we'll get to, like, kind of that 2D powerhouse, at least for me. And seeing those in action is pretty freaking impressive. But so yeah, this is the thing that prevents you from coming through. And now, with the Master Sword, you can block that and get into the top level here. Yeah, no, I have a bow. I'm not gonna fight you. So you are a jerk. Come on. Like his little arm, they're like, oh, I'm running. Really? Yeah, I don't know much about the Neo Geo as far as technical goes. I just know that, at least from when I played it, it just looks gorgeous as far as, like, how it does 2D so well. Oh, well, thank you. That was useful. Now we get a little beam blasters because we have full health with the Master Sword. Which is really useful. They don't do as much damage, but they are handy. He really wants to get here. Maybe he just wants a hug. And I think that... Nah, I don't waste the mana. I know the way, I swear. I used to know the way. Relight my fire. Not Take That. I don't remember Take That songs. Well, I grew up in Europe after all, so... There we go. See, I can find the way. I ain't no stinking flame. I lit the fire from Gondor. Rohan should answer. Yeah, it's pretty cool that it has, like, different, like, lighting levels. That first one lights up a little bit, and then more and more the more you light up, and I thought that was a cool mechanic, so... Sorry, you are dead. You fell to your doom. Who? So this is the castle still, right? Supposedly the royal family lives in, like... That doesn't seem very practical. There we go. You said it got brighter, not he got brighter. Yeah, I think that, yeah, it can get, you know, once you know the game very well, you're kind of playing it through. Listen well, Zelda, even with the Master Sword, you cannot inflict physical harm on the wizard. You must find a way to return his own evil magic to him. Well, I have a bug net. How's that? I'm out of bow or arrows. That's not cool. I have a super boomerang, though. For those not familiar, the boomerang stuns them, and I have a super boomerang, so... Any arrows in here? So I can take some arrows. Cash, bombs. Oh. That's pretty cool. They had to set up that way. So yeah. Gondor was not very fast, was it? Later. That was not a planned escape tactic, but it worked. I ain't got time to fight you. I'm Zelda, and I'm here to save Zelda. And I'm gonna fall down. Yeah, does that count for the lava moments? What the heck? The controller's slippery. I think we hit the moment. I think we hit the moment. All right, okay. Here we go. First try. Flawless victory. I wish you could charge in here. So, flashing... Aha, Zelda, I've been waiting for you. Well, I was hoping I could make Zelda vanish in front of her eyes. Who? You mean... hang on, should I lay down? You mean, should she get up? Or... I'm confused. Yeah, there's, again, very strong flashing light here. If you're sensitive to that, you may want to look away for a second, because this is very, very flashy. This was before they realized this was bad, so... To the point, like, where you're like, oh man, that is really flashing. Ho, ho, ho. What? With this, the seal of the 7 wise men is last broken. It's now only a matter of time before evil power covers this land. After all, legendary hero cannot defeat us, the tribe of evil, women are armed with the power of gold. Ho, ho, ho. I must go. I must deliver some presents. Like I mentioned earlier, I always thought that the top part... that's true, yeah. We don't see the flash, but even on CRT, that flashed pretty bad. I mean, I played this many times on a CRT, and even then it flashes pretty bad. But agreed, it's far worse. I always thought, yeah, the top was his mouth, but it is not. I think he wears a circlet or something, and then his face is those white lines there. That's his eyes. You mean to say you would like to be totally destroyed? Well, I can make your wish come true. Do, 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 do. But yes, you can use the bug net, which is the only way I thought you could fight him, and I didn't know there was another way. Of course, you can't hit him very well doing that, but it's still fun. I don't know why the bug net does it, but it does. Did I ever explain why the whole thing with Aghanim? I think, I mean, he turns into... I'm having pretty good luck with these. When you get the blue, like, multi-orb, you can't hit him back, so... Those don't do any damage to him, but... Alright, Bruce, thanks for stopping by. Have a good one. More lightning there. Grrg! Well met, like the true hero that you are. Zelda, that I just Zelda'd with a bug net. But I'm not ready to admit defeat yet. I will draw you into the Dark World. Oh no! Dark World time. That's true. Go fight the good fight and get those packages delivered, Bruce. We all need them. Need more stuff. I actually have more stuff coming tomorrow. Like I mentioned earlier, so this is captured at 1080p. Is it really his mouth? Are you sure? Because to me, Ian Justin, I mean, I could have sworn that the white things are, otherwise he had like kind of like a, I don't know, this is weird. I'm communicating across the void through telepathy. Oh yeah, I am capturing this at 1080, or sorry, the whole video is captured at 1440p to get the higher encoder on YouTube. The Mr. video is 1080p, I'm upscaling that to fit the window, but the Mr. can output 1440p actually, and I'd like to do that to get even sharper captures, but my capture card won't go that high. So I bought a really cheap, like $20 cheap capture card from Amazon that supposedly can capture 4K 60 and 1440p 60. So I'm like, or sorry, 4K 30 and 1440p 60. So, yeah. Yeah, exactly. My memory is wrong too. I didn't realize that until pretty recently. The wizards have broken the wise men's seal and opened a gate to link the world to Hyrule Castle. In order to save the half of the world, the light world, you must win back the golden power. No, they really aren't, and that's the thing. What you're watching here, me here, this is one of those like $15 USB 2.0 to HDMI capture things. So it lets me use my DSLR, my Panasonic camera, as a webcam. And I mean, it works fine. 1080p 60, and that was like $15. And don't get me wrong, the really good capture cards are great, but some of these cheap ones can be really useful for like quick captures, and a lot of them have pretty darn decent quality, so especially for the price. We must also rescue the 7 maidens. I just got 3 things and a sword. I got 7 things to do now. Getting worse all the time. The deal is getting worse. Oh man, I love the strike games. I'm terrible at them, but I love Desert Strike because the isometric viewpoint, as you know, and all the small stuff you can do in the game. So the maidens are locked in hidden dungeons full of evil creatures and dangerous traps. Great, can't wait. Zelda, I can rely only on you. Please make this old man's wishes come true. I beg you. Wing. Wing. We're back again. And this is the one you need to... Can't get in there without the super bomb. I think there's another heart container up here. Nice. That must take some perseverance because some of them are pretty rough. Takes a while. Like, you got to be pretty careful with your ammo and your health. So now you notice that the weapon that we thought was so bad ours is very bad now. Not nearly strong anymore. Everything here kind of kicks your butt. So. That's the thing too, is like I love the data path card, most for the retro stuff. But they're really good, those cheap. Evening, Chris. Welcome. Sorry, no Saturn tonight, but I should probably do a Saturn stream sometime, because the Saturn core is coming along really good. There are tons of playable games now. Nice. It is a fantastic game. Should we crank up the volume? Pump up the jam. It's a great game. Now, of course, we get the mechanic that we can hop between the 2 worlds, which opens up a lot of secrets and everything, but we don't have to get all that done. So it's not fully baked yet. The Mr. core for the Saturn core for the Mister, that is very promising. There's a lot of playable games, but it's not fully done yet. So I'm not sure if I should do a test stream with the stuff that does work, or wait for it to be done. So, hello, you're new here, aren't you? Did you come looking for the power of gold? Well, it's too late. It will obey only the first person who touches it. The man who last claimed the power of gold wished for his world to reflect his heart. Yes, I came here because of greed for the golden power, and look what happened to me. To restore the golden land, a person worthy of the golden power must defeat the man who created this place. Triforce. They said it. Yes. Which actually looks really good. The 3D effects version of Nuclear Strike is awesome. I do have a Soviet Strike on the Saturn, actually. It's one of the few games I have on the Saturn. Burning Rangers, I heard really good things about. Should probably play that sometime. I don't know if it's playable yet on the I'm not sure if it's playable yet on the Mr. Core. And to be fair, it's still in active beta development. They're making changes all the time. It's getting better all the time, but it's still not there. It's SRG-320 that's doing it, and he is in Ukraine, so, you know. You can see... It's funny, now that you can see it so sharp, it shows up very easily the path you can take here, but as a kid, I never saw this. Just a monkey. I'm Kiki the monkey, Kiki. I love rupees more than anything. Can you spare me 10 rupees? You have to, I don't know if there's any other way to progress without bribing the monkey. You can't get hit either. He doesn't like that. He'll run away and then you lose your money. Does anyone know if there's any other way to get in through here? Alright, Bruce. Thanks for stopping by. Give me 100 rupees. I'll open this. Sure. Good choice. To my knowledge, there's no other way. Do-do-do-do-do-do. And not a dungeon time. Whip-a-snap. Throw a skull at you. It's pretty metal. Metal. our shield got upgraded, so we can now block fireballs, which can come in handy. We hear a little ding ding. Now, you get into that whole dynamic of switching between different worlds, which I think is really a cool mechanism. A lot of games have used it since, but is this the first game that used that sort of dynamic where you can hop between a world or two different worlds? Feels like it is, but I could be wrong there. Yeah, see, my brother didn't play this, or my siblings played it a little bit, but I was the one who played through this game as a kid. My sister and brother played it a little bit too, but I think this is just a way to get fairies. Now, what do you got to say? Zelda, can you hear me? It's me, Zelda. I'm locked in Turtle Rock on top of Death Mountain now. You're doing your best. Please hurry. No pressure. I was waiting to get like some fairies here. Never mind. Ah, yes, and that age range still. Enjoy. Bombs. Low on arrows, but that's alright. Oh no, I can't do anything with these guys yet. Ooh, a hole, I'm gonna fall down here. Just want the key. Sorry, pardon me. I'm just getting the key. Get out of your hair. There we go. That's right. That's what all it was. So that's alright. My kids are now playing. My oldest one is just absolute expert at Smash Brothers and Zelda and all that stuff, and he can read Breath of the Wild backwards and forwards and all that stuff. And my middle one is really good at Fortnite, and crazy how things change when they do that kind of stuff. So key. Whee! Woo! Yeah, it's not quite there yet here on the side. Freeze them? Flop. Oh, that was nice. Not very nice at all. See, I'm now like getting a little fuzzy on the direction here. We'll get there eventually. So I think we need to fall down over here. Yeah, there we go. We need to bomb here. That's pretty crazy, yeah. He's that good already. He's not that old, is he? Guess everyone's getting older all the time, and I forget, so. It's just funny to watch my kid, like, you know, get his crew together and hop on Fortnite, and they're all, like, you know, yelling different directions to each other, and I don't know. It's just super fun to hear that and know that they're having a time in their life, and feeling jealous, I guess I never got to have that kind of multiplayer experience, so. Goodness, yeah. Wow, 7 already. And my oldest just turned 11, so. But then I also have 8 and 6 too, so. So between three children and a full-time job, and it's a little bit of stuff going on. That was a bad move. At least he died too. Guess I fixed the problem. There we go. And I have no other keys. I gotta go another key. It's funny, like it's semi-autopilot and semi-not. Just the things I'm remembering. Yeah, there's a lot of V-Buck spending, and my middle one does have his own, like, card that he can use for spending, and then, you know, he uses up the money and it's gone, but we get notifications, and I keep getting all notifications, like, spent of V-Bucks. All these cosmetics. It's fine, that's how he chooses to spend his money, but they disappear fast. Can I have this here? Thank you. here, and I think we're going to get the item here soon, which is a really cool item. Again, I'm running autopilot now because just remember the game so much. Ow. I cannot block that flame. Flame on. Me. Whoosh. Need that. Bombs. That is correct. It is hammer time. Obvious joke is obvious. One I'm reciting is Inspector Clouseau all the time with the bomb. It's Peter Sellers is fantastic here. Pink Panther, sorry. Yeah, Fortnite is so designed to be addicting. Hey, hammer. It's hammer time. You can just pound other things too. Let's go pound some stuff. Hammer only. I'm sure people have done it, and it's not super hard. But you rely kind of on the swing of the sword, how it flies over in the area it covers. If you don't have that, the hammer doesn't cover nearly as much. But it's a powerful weapon. We can pound other things too. Let's go pound some stuff. It's very useful for quick pounding pots and pans and stuff. Link can, or sorry, Zelda can wreck things faster or steal things from people faster. Whoops. I'm being a little sloppy here with my movement. Need the new, I was gonna say health, or armor. I forget about the ice wand. I always forget about it. I don't use it much. I think it's just a playstyle I have. Can you drop some health, maybe? That would be great. Oops. Not that. Not you. You. Bombs. That's not gonna do much. I don't want to jump down there. That looks wholly unpleasant. Oh, and of course I did that. That was not a good move. And good thing I have a health. Ah. That was sloppy. But there was the first death there in the game. And at least we had a pocket fairy. Never leave home without him. Now you give me hearts. I don't think I have. That was the worst that could happen. Because when you save, I think you have to save and quit, so. You can even continue. It never is, like, game over, to my knowledge. Like, you're not, like, SOL. No save states. It does support regular saving, for sure. When I click, like, the button here, it will automatically save the backup ROM. So it has full backup ROM, and it saves as a file, which is really handy. You can actually take that save file and move it if you want. So I think it uses the same save file format. You can drop it into a flash card, for example, and continue it on real hardware. Those dudes were a lot harder for me when I was a kid, so. Yeah, I gotta remember, the thing with the Mister is that it's trying to emulate the original hardware. So, it doesn't, like, it depends on what they code for it. So it's not really just like a software save state in that sense, which a lot of the emulators have. And some cores have it, but it has to be built from the ground up using FPGA logic. So it's not as easy as just, like, plopping it in, if that makes sense. So some cores have save states, some do not. And I think it has to do just with the limitations of, you know, either what the core have for space left, because that's a consideration. These things take space on the FPGA chip, and if there's not enough space to run the save components, they can't use it. So I am short a key, and I know where to go to get it. I completely missed that. So I am using one of these 8-bit DOE SNES likes, right? So in my case, it works very well because it's Super Nintendo, but this one has the dual thumbsticks too. So it can work for, you know, things like... let's see, which one is it now? I need the blue one. There we go. Aha. And it works well for everything that I play on here, that you can play on it, really. I think you have to go up there to get that key, and that's what I missed. I forgot how to get there. My. No, my. Yeah, it really is very, very versatile. I've actually forgotten how to get to that point. I think it's one of the teleporters, isn't it? Wow, I'm just blanking now. Let's look here. So I'm up there. I went down there. Someone entrance. I mean, I think they are. Streaming them, I don't think is a problem. It's just a matter of what you're doing or modifying or, you know, reselling and all that stuff. I don't think they go after streamers, to my knowledge, but take that. So I gotta get up here, and I think it's a teleporter, but I literally forgot. Wow. Yeah, I think it's one of the teleporters in the earlier rooms here, right? Oh, odd. Whee! I thought it was one of these teleporters here or something. Get a good hammering. Splop, sploop, splop. Splop. Why can't I remember? You take this teleporter and it takes you here, but I thought that one of these teleporters took you to... Ah, there we go. Aha! That's what I couldn't remember. Now I remember. All coming back to me now. Those guys will shock you, but... the results will shock you, but not with... easy. They were not easy when I was a kid. I couldn't figure out the movement of them. It just made it so hard for me. It's fun the difference it does playing a game as an adult. I don't like those red things. They split, so... I mean, there's a lot of stuff they're not supposed to map. Okay, there's another... Ow. Shocker. Hey, alright. Get him a bottle. We'll need you later. Yeah, okay. I don't like those because they split and those tiny ones are really annoying. That's right. Yeah, some of those skeletons are really bad. There we go, there's the key. Okay. Now we're back at business. I think there's some dungeons you won't need to do... I thought this little... They're phases, right? They're laughing. Up and down there. That seems weird. I think there's some dungeons where you don't have to get to like every key, like we had to do there. Some that you kind of can bypass, but otherwise the dungeons are obviously very linear, so... That's right, you can't hurt them at all. There we go, first try. And then next to mail piece or whatever the the armor because I just keep taking damage. Quite a bit of damage. Yeah, some of those videos are just like, especially as a content creator, I mean, it's fine, that's what it is, but some of those videos are just like so low effort or whatever, and they have, you know, tons and tons of views, but it's whatever people want, so. Especially as a content creator, I don't know how many times, you know, spend a lot of time on a video and it gets almost no traction, no views, and some of them are very low effort and they get way more views, but it's whatever people want at the time, so. It's such a, like, shroop. A weird sound when you kill or you hit those. Which one is it? There it is. That was a very unnecessary room there. Aha! The sequence prices I saw on AGDQ when they did this, they had the next sword upgrade when they fought this dude, and they did so much more damage. Ow, I'm pretty rusty here. You can use a hammer, of course, but it's more fun with the bomb. Fine, we'll go hammer time. Oops. Yeah, I'm playing very sloppy right now. Barry, give me your power! Oh, I was one away from. Wasted fairy, could have saved it for a snack later, but well. First crystal. Terrific. I'm trying to think of other games that are like this. I mean, there's surprisingly few games that copy this, right? There's one that was Blossom's Tale that was a little while ago. And not saying we don't have a lot of action RPG top-down. I know Genesis or Sega tried to. They have, like, some of those are, like, what are they called? There are a couple of those. Thor something. There's one, I'm forgetting names now. There's a couple of those top-down that really try and mimic it exactly. But there are surprisingly few, to me at least, that even modern retro games that copied this Zelda design. I know Tunic came out pretty recently, which was very much a homage to this. So, Zelda, because of you, I can escape from the clutches of the evil monsters. Thank you. This world used to be golden land where the Triforce was hidden. I think it's just a sprite, yeah. I don't think it's Beyond Oasis. Thank you. That's the one I was thinking of. I don't know that it uses actual 3D, or it might, but yada yada. Because there are games that use actual 3D. Actually, Digital Foundry Retro did a little Let's Play on different games that used software without any special chips, 3D effects on Super Nintendo, and the results were not great, but we just smacked the boss in the first dungeon in Dark World, so. Yes, Crusader Ascended. Those are the two ones I was thinking of primarily. And, but like, I don't know, this straight top-down one makes it easy to move around. Dude, I need you to cool up the bombs over there a little bit. Bomb brutes. Bomb or no bombing. But I really should play those two, and I really should stream. I've played many of those a little bit, but never very far. Not compared to this game that I've played so many times over and over, but that's, of course, extreme nostalgia, too. And there were some that tried to copy the success of this. I also would say that other Zelda games, like the Minish Cap on the Game Boy Advance, is a really good one. Very much a game similar to this. I don't remember what's down here. I keep getting just freaking smacked around by these dudes. I don't know what you are, but you're hurting. Thank you. That's right, there is a sequel. Saturn. I think it's just a return path here, yeah. I think there's a ferry in here, isn't there? Oh, hi. Hey, I'll tell you a profitable story. Sure. I know. I think you can turn off the beeping in the PC version already, so... There we go. Well, 20 rupees is worth it for that, to get health back. I feel I should try this. I don't remember. A lot of these, like, extra stuff now here. Nope, that's just a way to get in here. Okay. The beeping is very infuriating, annoying. Boop. Dark World is not a nice place. I think we should probably go get the flute so we can travel. Take that. Is there a secret in there? See, this is where now I'm starting to forget. Is there a secret in there? Well, that secret is just to get to Dark World, isn't there? Like, if you do that, there's a portal that just takes you to Dark World. Yeah, see? So that's a way for you to get to Dark World. You can always return to Dark World with the mirror, but you can't go to the Dark World from the Light World without a portal. So that's just a way to get in, so... The sword that seals the darkness. That's what my kid used to say all the time. It's like the sword that seals the darkness. I'm really curious to see that it came out with the new Genesis Mini, right? That has the Sega CD games and more stuff on it. It seems to be really well received, but I'll just hold these two. I wonder if they're going to do a Saturn Mini. If that's in their interest. Are people nostalgic enough for it? I mean, they'd probably be able to do it, but I'm sure whatever one chip thing they use will do it, so... I should run up and give the mushroom to the lady, too. We can make the magic powder. Yeah, the whole thing with this, the 32X and the Saturn's even still at this point pretty... yeah, but that was really bad. That was, like, horrible. I have it. I bought it dirt cheap because it was being sold out, of course. And, you know, hardware-wise, it's neat. But the actual... thing itself was just a pure cash grab. It was so poor from a software side. And that was fixed through modding, of course, like anything else, but... Thank you, young man. Come back to the shop later with something good. Really. Whoa! Any stalkers hiding out in bushes here? More health? No? Memory where you have a landmine in your garden. And especially now with the Mr. being able to do all this, those mini consoles aren't quite as interesting anymore, to me at least. I mean, they're neat, they're really cool. They usually have fantastic, like, you know, injection molded plastic and all that stuff, and they look really good, and they have that nostalgic feel. But you look at like actually using it, then... So I can't remember how to get over here. I think there's a... Bloop. They grow up so fast, right? And I'd like... Daddy, I want to play something with microtransactions in it. Where does take us? All the way down here? Oh, jeez. Not sure I'm ready to go there yet. I'm not sure there's a way to get over here yet to this side. Yeah, again, now it's just... I mean, I know where to go for the next dungeon and everything, but it's starting to show a little bit of what I remember from the game here. I think the Dark World is a little more directed. They don't want you to go around the whole way yet. So they put some gates in the way, if that makes sense. Bomb dudes. Everything's trying to kill me here. Nice. Nope. Everything hurts me a lot, too. Nice. Nice hit there. Satisfying. Oops. And I think there was one point when I was playing this game where I got really stuck, and I remember running around using the screen clear magics everywhere, just thinking that was what I needed to do. Back off. So you do need the hammer to progress here. Hammer time. I think there's nothing here. Trying to use the hammer. I wasn't very successful. There we go. Yeah. They were pretty gnarly. I don't know the whole story, so I'm not going to pretend I do, but... Oh, that's a shield stealer. No, thank you. But, yeah, pretty bad. I think this is the bomb shop, and not until later do we get the super bomb here. I don't want to buy that. That's expensive. See, which one's the dungeon 2? It's down there, isn't it? Yeah. First, let's get this fast travel thing. We need that. I find it weird, all these trees. They want to talk. I heard that using bombs is the best way to defeat the one-eyed giants. That's all I know. Could you, like, not spit a bomb at me when I try to talk to you? Here for refill. One to keep, one to party with immediately, or 3 to party with immediately. Again, you guys set up on autopilot in this game, so... But it is still just enjoyable, and I think that it's a game that you can kind of plow through pretty fast if you just focus like... Oh my goodness. If you focus like this, you can get through pretty fast. But, it's one that's fun to just kind of like do in bits and pieces here and there, and then just slowly progress. Especially for the sake of nostalgia. Remember some of the things here. I will say, it does look excellent on a PCCRT at scan doubling going on. Which tree? There's a lot of trees to talk with. I can't remember which tree. Is there one that has a special thing, or all of them just talk to any tree? Ah, there's some flowers. I can take that. Whee! There we go. After wandering into this world, I turned into this shape. I enjoyed playing the flute in the original world. There was a small girl where many animals gathered. I want to see that place again. Well, we'll try and find it. Fortunately, I know exactly where it is, and I will have your shovel. Is he teleported here? Too bad for him. Oh, it's gonna teleport him back. I couldn't move. Alright, we will do that down here then. Thank you very much. It's a neat mechanic, and I'm trying to think of other games that use the same thing. And there must have been plenty of them. I dug up this place, the entire thing, to find this when I was a kid. I kept just digging and digging and digging, and eventually I found it. Thank you, Zelda, but it looks more... I can't play my flute anymore. Please take it. If any by chance you go to the village I lived in, please give it to a tired old man you will find there. Well, my mind is getting hazy. Please let me hear the sound of the flute for one last time. This is pretty sad. I think you just, like... There's a tree here now. And that's it. Brutal. And he's a goner. He's a tree now, so that's pretty harsh. He's it. The fuzz. This is the arrow range. I think you can only win money here. I don't think I really need that. I'll try it one time. Ah. I'm shooting too late. I am shooting too late. I'm very bad at this. I hit none. Terrible game. Terrible game. The game was rigged, I tell you. Completely rigged. We're gonna keep doing this one because I know I have lots of cash now, so... none at all, really. It should be almost none, so I can't really blame... Where's my shovel? Didn't I get the shovel? That was a long time ago. But... I thought I get to keep the shovel. Did he take it back? Am I completely dreaming here now? I mean, I had the shovel, I dug it, and I borrowed it. Did I give it back to get the flute? Did I get the shovel somewhere else? Oh, that's right. That's right. They just give you here. I could have sworn you got to keep the shovel all the time, but I guess I'm thinking of the other ones. See, you know, my memory's getting hazy here now the more we play. I believe you can never find the grand prize on the first try. You have to play it twice. Yep, you're correct. That's what I was thinking of. I think I already made my money back, so... Dug that real good, but I'm gonna keep digging it because I believe there's a piece of heart for a reward here, but it is a random chance, to my knowledge. There is nothing that you can, like, it's never gonna be in the same spot, so... I want to dig. I was watching the speedrun on AGDQ, and they talked about it's just a random chance. This can be quick, or it can take a long time. Making my money back, though. Yeah, say, it doesn't seem like a very good business model here. Yeah, I make money on this every time, and I'm wrecking the whole field. They were not expecting a shovel real good. I was gonna quote the shoveler there from the stream, but I completely forgot the quote, so. I want to dig. One piece of heart. I think it is just random chance when you get this, so... Again, I am making money on this, but I'm going to max out here soon. I'll try it 1 or 2 more times, but then I noticed a piece of heart here. Bug me if I don't get it now. But I like the mixture this game has between, like, navigating overworld. That's true. He's coming for the money. Well, they keep burying more money in the same spots. Focus digging here now. I don't think it's in the same spot every time. It is completely random. Fine. Definitely making money. We'll do 1 more time, and then if we don't find that piece of art, then we'll move on. But it's actually not that hard to make money as long as you dig fast enough. You will make every... Slow, though. I do want to dig. I can play Stardew Valley now, which I got into, which is a dangerous game. Never did play it when it came out originally, but it is super addictive. But I don't know, this game has such a great mixture of like these little mini games, the open world traversal, the dungeons, the items, music, graphic. I mean, it's just, I don't know. That's what made it so endearing for so long, I guess. It's just how... Alright, fine, we'll come back later for it. How good it is to play still to this day. As well, I mean, it really does hold up. I don't think we can get up to the village yet. Although I'm pretty sure there's a teleporter up there. I think we're going to talk and get the birdie unlock. The shovel is a good part. Needs a good shoveling. And the amount of minigames in this and the stuff they... Bees! Ah, bees, not the bees! Save me from the bees! Why are you in here? Because I forgot, and I know there's a there's a bottle right there. Not just any bottle, but a magic bottle. Aha! I never do. I just don't feel like it's worth having them, I guess. But and then I think there's a chess game in there. Oh, hello. I don't think there's anything... Oops. What? Didn't work on him. What armor do you have? Yeah, that's a fun thing to have. I think there's a golden bee, too, to pick up, right? I don't think there's anything special with that there. I do believe... we can get something here now, because... Yeah, there we go. Can pound that steak real good. Bang. Also, there's a little fun trick here I think you can do if you, yeah. Hey, amateur shouldn't try to do this. You're just getting in the way. I was like, that's funny. Yeah, say. There's no one left alive. He's back. What else do you have to take from us? Shame something happened to your remaining pots. Oh, here we go. Where's the... Oh, I don't have this yet. I forgot about that. I need to go get to the witches thing. Alright, let's go, do the, thingamajigger with the flute. Because I need the... It's like this, like, big, like, flow chart of how to get all the items and everything, right? So I think the guy is just hanging on the bar down here. Got your, tree kid's, flute. Yes, that was the thing, too. I was mentioning earlier. I thought for sure it was a bad thing. Mumble, mumble. Oh, this is my son's flute. Did you meet my son? Where is he? Is he alright? No, he's kind of a tree. Yeah, sure. We're only like 3 times that easily, or 4 times that time, and almost there. This is what we want. Fast travel unlocked. And we have flying duck thing, I guess. Now we can fly. Whee! This speeds up travel considerably. Now all of my magic... Thank you. Magic mushroom powder. Sprinkle it on random things. Get people addicted. Although it is pretty fun. I think it makes them, like, lose their pants, basically, so... But now we can go get that half magic. But I thought for sure it was a bad thing, and I actually used the save to undo that. Yeah, I can see that. That's a game. I don't fast travel much in that one either, even though I haven't beat it yet. Which I promised my kid I would beat it this year, so I'm going to do that. But it's a game that invites just regular travel. I don't know. It fits very well with it. I thought for sure the half thing was like, oh, you have half the magic. Like, no, it's, you know, twice the efficiency, right? So it should have been worded better. Yeah. Hey, blast you for waking me from my deep, dark sleep. I mean, thanks a lot, sir. And now I will get my revenge on you. Get ready for it. Is that okay with you, sir? Weird. They created that graphic just with this part here. Aha, laugh at your misfortune. Now your magic power will drop by 1/2. Congratulations. Now do your best, even though I'm sure it won't be enough. Have a nice day. So, like, your magic powers drop by 1/2. That means that you basically have, I mean, twice as much. That's a little dark, I suppose. Sprinkle some magic mushroom powder on the bowl of blood. Still never, like, made sense to me. Let's see what we can get now, because we have a lot of stuff we have basically, you know, quote-unquote, unlocked. We could start out the next dungeon, too. Yeah, we can't get in here yet. I think we'll go from the other side. I'll take that. False. Yeah, there we go. Apples. The first green squid guys? I don't remember. But it's a pretty complex game, like, as far as, like, how many different mechanics and things there are in here. That's right. We can get into the... Fortunately, I think that to get the... Is there one I can lift? Oh, I cannot. I can't get in here now. Aha. This is the village of outcasts. People without rupees are not welcome here. I think we have a chess game here, too. We can do that. Gamble, man. Let's gamble some here now, too. I think there's the same thing there. There's a random chance one of those two will always be, and I saw that during the speed run. They just opened those two over and over, and that, I got you that eventually. Nope. As also, like, otherwise you can just random chance it and just hop around, but apparently there is a 1 in 8 chance or something like that similar here, where, it's in one of these two. We'll try the strategy a couple times. There are a lot of cash, so if that doesn't work out, we'll just start opening random ones, I guess. Some of these minigames, that's the only way to get these pieces of heart, is doing that. And for it to be random every time, you could play this a lot and have virtually, you know, pretty low chance of getting that. Oh, there we go. That paid off quite a bit there. A pretty low chance of getting it. You can be playing this for a long time. We'll do like a couple more times. Just a couple more times. I'll shape up when the baby gets here. Oh, that paid for it right there. See, gambling pays off. I'm at 999. So there's the moral of the story. Gamble everything all the time. But it doesn't help me get the thing. Alright, fine. The minigames are not in my favor so far. What I was going to mention earlier with the latency, yes. There's a virtually zero latency the way this Mr. is set up right now. That doesn't account for lack of skill, however. Wait, I guess I can't open those yet. I need the heavy duty thing. Am I locked in here now? See where I land here when I do this. The swamp. Alright, we're gonna head to the next dungeon. I don't think we'll get very far. We're almost at the 3-hour mark here now, so we'll get there. That's the thing, you kind of sweep around the map once in a while and just pick up some power-ups and upgrades and whatnot. I'm doing this for I have full cash. Yeah, there we go. I knew there was one of these here somewhere. These things are strategically placed around since this is the only way to get to the Dark World. Not the Thor Dark World, but the Zelda Dark World. That was a average movie at best. And now you get the little... We've already seen a little bit of the thing where you have things impacting the different worlds. Like here now, you can't actually progress in this one because there's no water here. Like you can't. And it actually tells you, when you go here, hey, the world can be impacted. So objects exist simultaneously in both worlds with similar shapes. Now if we go here, I think it's a neat trick and something that a lot of games that switch back and forth, or at least I'm trying to think, like off the top of my head, I know Metroid Prime 2 has a light and a dark world as well and does the same mechanic thing, right, where you impact things in a different world. Go. Now what will happen? I think you can magic dust those jerks to death, actually. Yep. Guys are annoying. Yeah, really the half-bar magic thing is really poorly explained, isn't it? It feels like it would be, yeah, half efficiency. So why is it saying a half all the time there, but... Now we can swim here, haha. Alright, next dungeon. We'll play this dungeon for a little bit. I'm not sure if we'll finish it or not. It's not a super long dungeon, but it's still one of those, like, many of these dungeons rely on it being a bit of a maze. But each dungeon is kind of bite-sized in that sense, too. They don't drag on for too long. which makes, again, you feel like you're progressing. It's the map. It's the map. So there's anyone left here now that hasn't played this game at all, like ever? I feel like most people have either, you know, played or aware of it, or so. Ow! Stop hitting with the. I'm having a bad time here. My goodness. Boy, that was a lot of, yeah, it is true. There's probably a lot of people that have played this on emulators and whatnot throughout the era or ages. Really? It's having a hard time not getting hit constantly here. Some health here, maybe? Nope. You get to hear the... Okay, and we got a new mechanic here. We're gonna flip little switches. You know, they introduced the mechanic almost as you progress. In some of the later dungeons, I think they use the same mechanic quite a bit, so... Whoop, swim. Fine, I'm gonna release a fairy. And listen to that. Weird fish dudes flying around there. A water temple, as it were. You know, I don't know that I've ever played Ocarina of Time and gotten past. Like, every time I get to the water temple, I just stop hard and, you know, I should power through it. It's a fantastic game, so. Well, it keeps her awake, right? But I keep the beeping going, too. The beeping is soothing. It's like I drive around with my turn signal on. It's like I hear the clicking, you know. Take that. And that. Yeah, and I'm not saying that, you know, a lot of those games are really, really good. But, I don't know, I kind of keep bouncing off a lot of the 3D Zeldas, and I don't know that I, you know, should per se. I mean, they're really good games, so I guess we can't get past there without some water action first. Means we need to... Ow. I hit a lot. But this one is much more approachable, too, than a lot of the 3D Zeldas, of course. Ocarina of Time, of course. I hate those little jerks. Is undisputed really good, but still. Water. Water. Yeah, the SNES is a good one to have in the library in general. It's such a good console. There's so many good games for it, and it is, to me, kind of like almost the pinnacle of 16-bit, mostly because I had one too. And Sega wasn't nearly as big in Europe, or at least in Scandinavia. They were not. Nintendo just had a stranglehold on Scandinavia due to a weird licensing thing. There was one dude, I think, for one publishing or distributor in Sweden that basically told Nintendo that, yeah, I'm the top dog in Scandinavia, so you have to go through me. And they're like, okay, and they just started doing it. Like, he had no distribution channels at all, to my knowledge, and just kind of made it up on the fly, and that's what got him exclusive distribution rights to Scandinavia on all Nintendo games. Bergsala. was the company, and it was just like a coup basically how they figured that out. At least that's to my knowledge the story around that. So it meant that Nintendo had a very strong presence in Scandinavia. I mean, it was Nintendo or nothing. I knew some people that like had Master Systems or Mega Drive then, as the Genesis was called there, but not many. It was very rare by comparison. Which one is it? Probably the other one. That was the right one. Whew. It was the wrong one. Yay! And there was much rejoicing. Let's see if we have time to finish out this dungeon or not here. We're getting closer, and I need to stop in the middle of a dungeon, so I would do that before we're done here. Woo! Now I'm in real good luck here not getting hit, so... No, I mean... Memory, you failed me. All the way back here and... Go all the way back there and... Jerk memory. No, games were about the same as here. Yes, there was sales tax on it, but I mean, I remember paying, you know, it was 700, 800 kroner for a game, and back then the kroner was less than it is, or it was stronger than it is today. It was like 6 or 7 kroner per dollar. Now it's closer to 10. So, click, 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 click. Yep. It's funny how the sound design is so good in this game, too. There's a lot of feedback on what your actions are, but of course, yeah, they spawn certain memories, obviously, so... We're back here again. It's gonna stop me now. Ouch. No, it is not. Sweden is part of the European Union, but not part of the Euro. That was almost a choice they were allowed to make. We voted on both, and the European Union was decided that we're going to join, but not the Euro. So it's accepted in a lot of places, but it is not the currency in Sweden. Because I think at least the Swedish populace and the government felt at the time that the krona was stronger without the euro, so very much to the dismay of the European Union, but... Alright, we have the big key now, so now we can get the fun item for this one, which is the classic hookshot. Boing! This is the hookshot. It extends and contracts, and boing, can grapple many things. Such as this. I need a key first. Come on, dog. Oh, look, there's a key right there. How convenient. I know this is video games, but, like, who built this anyway? Was this, like, a temple to... Trying to remember now. It's funny because, like, I mean, I played this 100 times, but just like vague memories. Yep, I gotta reduce the water on the other side first, and it's just not coming back as clearly. No. There we go. Ah. Do. Puzzling. We did it. I remember this one. No, I did not. Thought it was one you had to pull here, but Guess not. Never mind. Evening boss brown sugar, but yeah, this is not gonna work. It's that one. Okay, so now I'm just see if I'm getting so forgetful in this here now. This on that side. I think so, yeah. I do enjoy the other Zeldas, but for me, this got to be the one. It's so nostalgic for me, and also such a good game in general. Yeah, I think this is my favorite Zelda. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Now I have a hook shot. Come on, doggo. There we go. Rain that water. Do-do-do-do-do-do. I don't think there's anything here except these chests, yeah. Some health. I got full monies. Never mind. I'm already rich. 999. Max out the money counter. The pitter patter is always, I don't know. I think it's here. Yep. Memory served me well on that one. I think we're going to beat this dungeon, and then we'll call it there, but we're so close now. I don't know. I think just I like the simplicity of the control movements. Like, not saying that 3D Zeldas can be bad. They can be really good. But I really, really enjoy this 2D style here. It's just so good. Hey, watch it, watch it, watch it. I'm coming for you, boss. Get in there. You only got 3 left. I was gonna do this little. Can I hit it? It's a sewage level, isn't it? Gotta be done here now soon, right? How many hits are there? There we go. Nail it. That'd be cool, but it's like, I don't know, it's just like I'm a huge fan of the 2D stuff in general. Like, good 2D games are really good, and the 3D games can be really good too, but some games I'm not sure translate well, and remaking this completely in 3D would be neat, but it would lose some of the soul too, I think. What I miss a little bit is that I know that what's become popular now is that pseudo 2.5D, right? Which, I mean, it worked well for Metro Dread, for example, but you lose a little bit of that. I don't know, some of the pixel artistry is so good in some of these games. It's a bummer to see that go away, which would make sense. 3D rendering things and then placing it on a 2D plane is fine too. And some of the vistas and stuff in Metro Dread were gorgeous, but just I'm a big fan of pixel artistry, so I might be thinking of Link Between Worlds, right? Because that is set in the same world, and it is well worth playing through, but it is using a 2.5D 3D. It's a 3D thing, but they also, I think they like put the characters like way flat so that it looks more top down. If you see it from the side, they lay down way more than they should. So Not at all. Then you gotta listen to it again, so. Wing! Alright. Well, I think we're gonna... Unfortunately, we can't save. I gotta save and quit, and I'm gonna do this just to make sure the Mr. saves that. There we go. Now I saw the save there come up. It's a great game. And again, I could spend a long time playing this here. I'm not sure if you saw this or if you're still a Chris, but there you go. Here's a shrink-wrapped original Zelda PAL. Now, and it's not original shrink-wrap, but it is minty fresh anyway. But, yeah, it's still one of my favorite games. I could just keep playing forever. But it's one of those that you take little bite-sized pieces like this. But I played it all the way through as a kid over the course of like an entire summer, I think. I mean, it took me a long time, but there was no strategy guides. There was no Googling, nothing. I had nothing to guide me through that, which is why I used a bug net to fight the wizard, because I didn't realize you could use the sword, even though the character told me. But to be fair, my English wasn't very good yet, so... but yeah, still one of my favorite games, for sure. And I think a lot of people love this one, too. Well, I'm pretty sure it's a reseal, because on the back here, there's a sticker underneath the shrink wrap. So, chances are this is a reseal, but it is also, it shows no damage or creasing on the sides here from it being opened. So if it's not the original shrink wrap, it's got to be pretty close to the original one. So, feels very minty. I never opened it, obviously. Yeah, I showed earlier, too, I do have the Swedish rental copy. This is what I played on as a kid, so... This is the rental case that you got with some blurbs on the back about the game. We could travel back in time to land Hyrule. There's still heroes and magic. Link and Zelda's predecessors. Well, Zelda and Zelda, like we named our character Zelda. Because we were naughty like that. But... Anyway, it's a lot of fun to play with that. I'm hoping to do some more... capture with higher resolution on the Mystery if I can. So yeah, this is 1080p, but it worked fine. So, but again, super fun game. It's part of like the core library of the Super Nintendo, and such a good game. Such a good game. Oh, sorry, comes a flashing light warning again. I always thought it was the mouth, the red part at the top there. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks everyone for hanging out this live stream. That was great. We'll hopefully see people next week. I'll figure out something else to stream, maybe something more involved. We'll see. I have another plan for one live stream, and maybe I'll do it next week. We'll see. Anyway, I appreciate everyone hanging out. Have a good night, and hope to see everyone next week. Good night. Sorry, had to. Good night.